What is happening, you beautiful people? Welcome in. It's a great day to talk shop.
You
It is the 26th where you guys are. It's the 27th where we are. I can tell you the future is looking great. We are closer to football than we've ever been. We're going to jump into some mock drafts today. We're going to talk, about some news. Obviously, that's happened. A lot of cuts happening in the NFL today. However, we are going to do a giveaway today, just like we did yesterday, because we have a few team playbooks that we're going to review. Some people are going to get some customized reviews in the chat. So what we're going to do is let's just say playbook. That's it. All right. So if you want to enter today's giveaway for a 2025 team playbook, this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's stunning. It's a customized, completely to your team type of product here. So exactly how you drafted, we're going to tell you our opinions on it. We're going to give you customized trade targets and all the best advice that you could possibly get. So we're doing that giveaway today. To enter, all you have to do is type in playbook, just one word, that's it, and like the stream. Those are the two things you got to do. Type playbook in the YouTube chat, like the stream, and then at the end of the stream, stay with us, okay? Because we're going to do a giveaway for this playbook, and you're also going to see us review people's teams live on the stream as well. So keep that in mind. We're going to be reviewing teams on the stream. So some people are going to get their playbooks reviewed after these mock drafts. I appreciate y'all for being here with us. Again, do us a favor, hit that like button to show some love. Now, we are going to jump into a mock draft here. And Badaki, there are probably some people out there who would like to join us. Now, how can those people join today's mock draft?
Yeah, guys, join our Discord. I put that link in the chat there. That link is also in the description. Join our Discord. Go to the land tab with the orange footballs, then go to mock draft. That's how you can join each and every mock draft, whether you're here with us now or are watching later. I will send that link out to you once yes, I do have that. Give me a second. We are also practicing for our home leagues here, so this is pretty significant. We have two big home leagues happening this weekend.
Yeah.
And I know one of the biggest, or I guess the second biggest draft weekend is coming up this weekend as well. So once again, join our Discord, land tab with the orange footballs, go to the mock draft tab. It is first come, first serve. That link is going to be sent out here in 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Yes, and while that is filling up, just so you guys know, all of the latest, we just released a latest version of our draft guide, of our cheat sheet. So if you are jumping into any drafts today, tomorrow, this weekend, we're constantly updating these for you guys, so you have the latest rankings available to you in drafts. It's a great asset for you to just kind of print it out or put it on your iPad or whatever the case may be and mark off players as you go. The cheat sheet is color coded to fades and my guys and values and all that good jazz. So plenty of you guys already have the 2025 season pass and have access to that. And I've seen so many people say, I used your cheat sheet, use a draft guide, and then they show us a team and we're just obsessed with the team that they drafted. So if you haven't gotten your 2025 season pass just yet, it is just $34. It's a one-time purchase. You get a couple vouchers as well to come on the stream and ask us questions. You get unlimited access to the draft guide, the cheat sheet, the in-season rankings, the entire website on Flock Fantasy with all the tools. So definitely go get your season pass. Okay, so we've got a mock draft going on here. We're going to make this a start. What is our home league? Our home league is start 8 or 9 because I want to do whatever our home league is.
Our home league is actually Superflex start 9.
I mean the one quarterback home league. The one quarterback home league is a start 8. So we'll go start 8 there. Okay, yeah. Start 8 PPR just like the Flock League. Let's go ahead and get this thing started here as Goat Milker. Goat Milker at the 101. What a username. That's absolutely incredible.
Milking some goat.
Is Werf off the pup list? Well, I don't think he's starting week 1 still, is he?
I think Werf and Chris Godwin are off the pup list, but not expected to be ready until later into the season. I could be wrong. Maybe there's new stuff coming out, but the report that I heard was that specifically on Chris Godwin was that he is not expected to come back until October. I think that's just because that team has a lot of injuries. There's a lot of moving parts in that offense.
Yeah.
I think you can only have so many people on the pup list going into the season, if I'm not mistaken. So
also, when you're on the pup list, there's certain limitations in practice. So I don't think this is surprising. Like Wirfs was only going to miss a couple weeks anyway. So I don't think he was going to go on the pup, but it's obviously good for Bucky and that entire offense, right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Quavon here and Frosty who says, "Are you getting Jay Jettas in the Flock League?" That depends how badly Mr. Nathan wants Puka Nakua. So I told him my DMs are open and I'm waiting for a message from him. We'll have to wait and see. What's up, Kevin? Mike is in the building. We've got Goat. Goat says, please don't do it to Nathan. What's up, Styles? Sparrow is here. We've got D Macy in the chat. Little Busy is here. Charlie, I appreciate all of y'all for showing up and being here. Nady's in the building. Sean and Ty and Jay Will and Lou and Landon and Kirk. Appreciate all of y'all for being here with us. Thanks for showing some love. What's up, Donald in the building? Uncle Fresh is here. I appreciate all y'all showing some love and being here with us. What's up, Sub to PewDiePie? Appreciate you for being here. All right, so in the first 6 picks, no surprises, all the big names: Chase, Lamb, Bryant, Bijan Robinson, Saquon, Jefferson, and Gibbs. Maybe Gibbs falling is a little bit surprising. You rarely see him go to the 6. Right after that, we've got Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Puka, CMC, Henry, and Collins, as well as a Collins London start. I do think, Badaki, and I haven't really changed my rankings after this news, but I do think one of the most significant pieces of news is the injury to the Falcons' right tackle. I'm trying to remember his name. What's his name? His name is, someone help me out here. McGarry, right?
I
Falcons starting tackle Caleb McGarry. So Caleb McGarry, this is kind of like a Rashawn Slater situation where he just got paid. He was one of the better right tackles in the league, and he went on season-ending IR. Now, he plays right tackle, and I need you guys to understand something. Michael Penix is a left-handed quarterback, so that is basically his blind side, right? And we haven't really talked about this at all. Like, no one's really talking about it. I do feel like that is an important loss for the Atlanta Falcons. Again, I'm not saying we move Drake London down. I'm not saying we move Bijan Robinson down or anything. However, I do think it is a conversation we should have. Michael Penix, a player who didn't play any preseason. Okay, no preseason. 3 career starts. Those starts were up and down. He had a great game versus Washington last year. But all I'm saying is I think that is a bigger piece of news than, it's currently being covered. And there is potential that could impact Drake London's production. I'm not saying it will. Maybe not like a 30% hit or something, but maybe a 5% hit. So I'm not going to move him down my rankings, but I think that's a difficult player to replace on the right end of that offensive line.
Sure. Whenever a key, specifically left or right tackles, get injured, that's always going to have an impact on that offense there. So, I think it just depends on how they deal with it. Who's the next man up? What's that depth on that offensive line look like? I'm going to go 2 Chargers there.
I think they are less equipped than the Chargers were for an injury like that, because the Chargers already had Joe Alt. That was an easy, a really easy, kind of like change of the guard for them to figure out their blind side.
Sure.
I think it's going to be harder for this team to cover that up. But again, I'm not suggesting we lower Drake London in rankings. I'm not suggesting that we don't target him. I'm just bringing you the news. I'm the mailman. All right, here at the 305. I'd love to go running back, but I feel like the best value is probably George Kittle in a start 8. So I'm going to go Kittle there. I was surprised to see McBride go ahead of Brock Bowers. I did not anticipate that myself. What about you?
I was not anticipating that either. I think it's just kind of one of those things, is he going to be finishing tight end 1? You're probably kind of just gambling that Brock Bowers is going to still be a top tight end, but you're probably gambling that McBride's going to be the tight end 1 there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would do that. I'm just saying I can probably understand that perspective. Just like we always say, the 101 is cursed. Most likely not going to finish 101 first overall again. Why take the best player available from last year? So I think maybe that's kind of the mindset bad
Well,
karma's probably playing with.
I got McBride and Bowers in the same tier, so I don't think it's like an insane move, but it's definitely not consensus. So that was
Yeah.
interesting to see. So after I took Kittle, we have Higgins, Cook, Daniels, and Jackson off the board. And another one of these situations where Jaden Daniels goes ahead of Lamar Jackson. Keep in mind, Lamar Jackson, MVP type of season last year. So pretty interesting to see how this is all panning out at the moment. People are just getting their guys, I guess.
Yeah, it is turning out very interesting. Was not expecting to do something like this, or the draft to end up like this. But to be fair, our home league is not going to be like this at all. So
No.
we always expect our home league to be some type of way, and then we
Chaos.
see we're gonna. Last year we saw Bo Nix in like the 5th round, and we were like, what?
Yeah, but at one quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. It was one quarterback though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He went hella early, and we was like, I don't think that's gonna work out. To be fair, it did work out for Joe. So.
All right. After James Cook, we had Daniels, Jackson, and then Team 10 is starting with 3 running backs there. Tyreek Hill comes off the board, Burrow and Walker. We were in a real draft yesterday, and you and I, we let Tyreek Hill fall. We let him fall. I think he fell all the way to the end of the 4th round. We could be looking absolutely silly if that ends up being the wrong call, but I'm finding it really difficult, even in the 4th round, to click draft. But of course, like I said, that could be the complete wrong call, and we could look like fools for doing so. We got a couple trade questions here in the chat. Guys, if you do want to submit any questions to the site, you want to get a guaranteed reply, absolutely no pressure. We'll do our best in the chat, but if you want to guarantee a reply, definitely submit your questions through the Flock Fantasy website. We just had a beautiful update yesterday with the My Teams tab, right? And it looks absolutely stunning. But you can click the personal advice button, start sit. There's a super message option, a trade question option. You can submit that through the Flock site. Just make sure you choose Zach and Badaki from Fantasyland. But we've got a couple people who are using some of their vouchers with the season pass. Because again, remember, when you buy the 2025 season pass for $34 one-time purchase, one of the many things that you get is a couple vouchers to get help throughout the season. So this is a trade question. It's a redraft trade question. They are in a super flex, start 9, no tight end premium. They would be sending away Achane for Braylon Allen and Matthew Golden. And my God, I'll let you guys see this trade, but please don't do this trade. For the love of God.
Yeah.
We are going to save a life today, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we're obviously not as important as like a real doctor or anything, but we are saving a fantasy life today by just begging you, for the love of God, please don't make this trade. I love Matthew Golden, but there's just not a world that exists where you should make this trade. All right? Just not a world that exists.
You're on the clock. But yes, I completely agree.
So he's going to go ahead and get a time code to exactly when we answered that question. I am on the clock. And yeah, we'll grab Garrett Wilson here. We'll grab Garrett Wilson at the 408. I'll let him stop the fall there. We do have a team review we're going to get to here later on from Crush. Shout out to you, Crush. We've also got PXRBN with a dynasty trade question. And again, if you want to submit your questions, Badaki's going to have Nightbot put it in the chat. If you are spamming your question, get ready to be put in timeout. We've already told you we'll do our best to look at all the chat comments. I appreciate y'all for being here.
I forgot about that. Oh my goodness.
I know. We're getting to that point of the year where people spam it. Yeah,
that's been.
We're going to address this a lot this year, but let me be very clear. If you are spamming your question in the chat, it's going to make me not want to answer your question. Okay, just going to be very, very clear. If you want a guaranteed response, you can get to the Flock site. Otherwise, we'll do our best. We'll do our absolute best to look through the chat on YouTube. But these are people who are, prioritizing us, supporting us, and getting their question prioritized on the Flock site. Now, if you're spamming, we're going to put you in timeout, and I'm not going to answer your question. Phoenix
great.
RBN here. They would send away Saquon and Ayuk in a dynasty league. It's one quarterback, 12-team start 9. But they would get back a first, a second, Chase Brown, and Ricky Pearsall. For me, this is enough to sell Saquon Barkley in dynasty.
I agree.
The first and Chase Brown would probably do it. But to get Ricky Pearsall on top and the second,
is pretty significant.
I would be very confident in saying yes to that side of that deal.
Yeah, especially in the one quarterback. You're just getting younger. I personally believe Chase Brown is probably going to get this contract extension. I could be wrong. I think he probably has until 2026. Hopefully, that running back class is not crazy ideal. But to be, or 2027, if I'm not mistaken, but 2026, in 2025, they had the opportunity to draft another running back. That's why a lot of people were selling Chase Brown and they didn't.
We've said this all offseason on our Dynasty channel, and this is not an anti-Saquon Barkley take for 2025. But the way Dynasty football works, you and I have been in this game a long time in Dynasty, there will never be a moment, never again, where Saquon Barkley is more valuable in Dynasty football. Okay? That's just the reality. An aging running back, coming off a season high, a career high, he will never be more valuable than he is today in Dynasty football. You will not get a trade like this next year, for example. And if you're saying that's crazy, I don't think you've played Dynasty long enough to say that's crazy, because it's not crazy. And it's the same thing that happened with Tyreek Hill. The year after he almost set 2,000 yards, he only fell in value that offseason. Like from the previous offseason, where in that season he set almost 2,000 yards. He didn't get there, but he was close. He was a wide receiver 1. He was incredible. He only fell down like 10 spots in rankings. That's just the reality of Dynasty football. Dynasty is so different. So I don't think you'll get more for Saquon at any point. This is a redraft question. It's a 1 quarterback, 12 team start 7. And start 7 is the smallest lineup that you can have.
League, yeah.
We call it the heavy hitter lineup. So we want premium names. They are sending away Eckler, Mooney, and Waddle for Tootin and McLaurin. And
what's
the most valuable piece in this trade is Terry McLaurin. So overall, I'm pretty happy to do this trade. But let's have a look at his roster. He might not have linked his team. But
all right, yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to do as well. Look, I would say this: I would want Terry McLaurin, but if you're telling me that Austin Eckler for some reason is your RB2, then I would be a little bit more hesitant than to do this. But yeah. I mean, if you did your draft knowing that Brian Robinson wasn't on that team already and you took Austin Eckler as your RB2, then maybe you kind of have to keep him, because I don't know what your depth at running back looks like. But in a vacuum, I'm taking Terry, no doubt about it.
I think Eckler could be a great flexible name. But start 7, the most valuable piece is Terry. So we're going to go ahead and get the Terry McLaurin side of this. When you guys link your team, and by the way, you can link your team for free on the Flock site. If you have a Sleeper, ESPN, Yahoo League, you can link your team for free, and Badaki is going to give you a link on.
I can give you 2. So one, by the way, as Zach is saying that, you have a star sit where we can help you set your lineup. That is a link that's just went in Ninebot, or a super message where you can say, hey, what about this trade? What's going to happen? And you can also link your via that as well. Okay, so you can link your team for free by creating
I want free Swift here.
Block fantasy
I
account.
want Swift. You'll see me trying to draft him. It's not letting me. Okay. Yes. So you can link your team there. And then, for example, like if Nathan had linked his team, and in fact, I'll just give him a free voucher for a trade question again. Nathan, come back, link your team up, my friend. Go to the My Teams tab, link your team up, because then we're going to be able to see your entire league with that trade. But I think we both are agreeing on the side of Terry McLaurin there.
Yeah, completely agree there.
So let's recap all the craziness since we started answering those questions. And you can submit a question at any point today. But Rashid Rice went the 4-9. Marvin Harrison, I wish I was paying more attention. I would have drafted him over Garrett Wilson in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised that you took Garrett, and then I didn't want to say nothing because I wanted to take Marvin, but he got sniped from me. So continue.
Yeah, like I said, if I was paying attention, would have gone Marvin there. But great for Mike. Then Connor, Brees, and Harvey all in a row. I have T-Mac and McMillan in my Flock League team. So I like those 2 picks. If you guys didn't see the trade that we made, y'all know Jameson Williams is a my guy, and we did go out and trade for him in the Flock League today. You may or may not have seen that video, but that video just dropped. There was a couple trades that went down in the Flock League, one of them being Jameson Williams. He's now on my squad, as well as Tony Pollard. After that, Hunter, Pickens, some Pacheco in round 5, some Pollard in round 6, Warren, Bo Nix, Waddle. We get Adunze at the 6'10". That's great value. I mean, Mike's having a hell of a draft. I really like Mike's draft there. So good on you, bro.
Not bad. Not bad draft there. I took Breece Hall at the 5 too. You guys know I'm not a big Breece Hall guy, but if he falls to the 5th round, I'm really happy to do that. I'm not somebody that's wanting to take him, at that 3-4 turn, or even probably in the 4th round. He has to fall to me at that 5th round value for me to take him, even though it's highly doubtful that he's most likely going to fall in your drafts. But if he does, 5th round is kind of an easy pick for me.
We could be too overcorrecting on the market by letting Breece fall to the 5th. I think that might be too much of a reaction, but at the same time, he's kind of like the Tyreek Hill version of the running back room, where there's rarely a point where you're selecting draft and you're hyped about it. You're like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Tyrone Tracy in the 7th.
Yeah, that was somebody I was contemplating. A nice big run. I wanted to see how far these running backs are going to fall. I thought he was going to get lost in ADP a little bit, but a lot of these running backs are going here in this round. But there's still some guys I could potentially take here at the 8-11, so we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Matthew Golden comes off the board at the 707. Anywhere in round 7 onwards, I think, is free game for him, so definitely don't hate that. Jerry Jeudy at the 708. I mean, Jerry Jeudy is going to be a top 12 wide receiver through the first 4 weeks. You just can't convince me with Flacco and how bad that defense is and how rough their schedule is. This man's going to have 10 targets a game, and we're all going to overthink it again.
I mean, I think that's kind of my concern. Like, do I want Jerry Jeudy for the first 4 weeks, him being like amazing, or do you want him when they change quarterbacks to be would you have rather taken Golden over Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, Judy's a name that you draft and then you trade.
Yeah, that's kind of the hard part. Like, you have to trade him away knowing that the quarterback change is most likely going to happen, or do you take Addison knowing that he's just on a better offense? I think
Addison,
that's just how I'm feeling right now with Jeudy. Like, I agree with you. He's going to be good when Joe Flacco's there. But once the quarterback change happens, I am very scared. But I could be wrong. I could be very wrong.
Drift in here. We must have just answered his question. He said, "Thanks for answering. Yahoo isn't linking." Right. So I know they're fixing that at the moment.
There's a problem with linking. Yeah.
No worries, man. I hope that reply was helpful. I hope that was good. I like that in a start 7, my friend.
Yeah.
What's up, Antler Ice in the building? Hello, my friend.
How you doing, man?
Good to have you here.
Shout
out to Antler Ice and his family. Very, very
Appreciate
cool to meet
man.
them at the meetup. Okay, so after Monty comes off the board, Addison went. Judkins at the 710 is too high. It's just too high with what we know right now, I'd say. Where do I currently have him ranked? Every time I go to look at my rankings of where I have Judkins, I think to myself, that's too high, Zach. That's just too high.
I think he's just somebody that's just like, it feels right now is undraftable unless he's like one of your last picks, like last 3 rounds. It's like, all right, I'll take a flyer. I have my starting lineup. I have my bench. Sure, I'll take Judkins now just to see what's going to happen.
I have him as my RB30, and that feels too high.
I mean, yeah, I would. I don't know who you have as your in that area, but like, for example, the players that went ahead of him right now, Tracy, I would take. Travis Etienne, I would take. I mean, I would still take names like, well, there's a running back I don't want to say you're probably hoping, like the Zach Charbonnets, Javonte Williams, I'm taking over him, at least from my perspective. So there goes Shakira.
Yeah.
JCM.
Well, I did show my rankings on the screen, and I was worried that JCM was going to get drafted before me in the 8th, and that's fair enough. He did. That's on me. I got to take the L on that one. Although I'm sure your What Hurts was probably already eyeing him up anyway. Looks like definitely Mike wanted him as well. Driftin said, I'm a big fan of both of y'all. Definitely top 3 flock members, and I loved your Chili's bit from last year. Hope it continues this season. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for showing love to the stream here, man. Appreciate you being here with us. So Samuel is on the clock, and he's got 4 wide receivers, 3 running backs so far. That is through 7 rounds. Trying to keep up with the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Now, if you're just joining us, I would love to let you know that we're doing a giveaway today for our team playbook. Team playbook is like a customized game plan from us to you for your fantasy football season. So if you want to get in on today's giveaway, it's a very, very simple process, okay? All you got to do is, first thing, like the stream. Go ahead and hit the like button. In fact, let's set a like goal today on the stream right now. We're currently at 48. Let's do 100 likes will be the like goal for another mock draft, okay? But once you've liked the stream, you also have to type in playbook. Just one word into the YouTube chat. That's it. Once you've done those 2 things, you're going to be automatically entered to win a playbook, and we'll do the raffle at the end of the stream. And I did have Jordan Mason on my queue. That's who we wanted there in the 8th round. In fact, kind of obsessed with this. And if I knew Mason was going to be there in the 8th, I probably would have gone Golden, Judy, or Diggs in the 7th.
One of those wide receivers. Yeah.
I just didn't think he was going to come back to me.
Yeah, I have a bunch of guys on my queue right here that I feel really good about.
Nicholas says, who have the better rookie, Warren or Loveland? I am leaning Warren there, but I love both of those guys as late round tight ends to draft if you don't go early. So many questions in the chat. So hard to keep up, guys.
Which is good.
After Mason, we had Myers, Sharbs, Eckler, and Kelsey. So we do see Eckler go in the same round as JCM for the first time, but it is yourself drafting him. We don't see that often, and I'm saying that because I think it should happen more often.
Yeah, I think it should happen more often as well. I think, okay, Joe Mixon off the board there. So I'm going to need 2 guys that I absolutely love, and I'll go back to that Austin Eckler take. I'll take Javonte Williams here. But yeah, look, if there's somebody that's going to be the starting running back for the first 4 weeks, 5 weeks, it's probably going to be Eckler, and then we're probably going to see the transition 50-50. Now, we can even see that depending on when that bye week is. That's kind of when you kind of normally see that happen. Bye week is week 12, so it might be a little bit earlier than that, especially if Eckler is older. JCM has a little bit more burst, so that's kind of where I'm going there. And then I'm taking Javonte Williams because everyone in that backfield is hurt, including Javonte.
Well, the great news is Jaden Blue is back at practice.
Yes, he is back at practice, but if I'm not mistaken, I still believe he's going to be missing time.
Yeah, I don't.
At least the first 2 weeks.
I don't imagine him being really relevant early on, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I feel like Javonte Williams right now is one of my favorite late round running backs that I can take that's going to be in a high-powered offense. He's going to be getting the majority of the touches. Yes, Miles Sanders is there. Yes, Jaden Blue's injured, but both of those guys are hurt, and they cut Phil Maffa, which is, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Nobody was really expecting him to do anything anyway. Yeah. So I really like Javonte Williams in these late rounds.
Yep. I am right there with you. All right, trying to keep up with the chat here. Shout out to Lord Bargel, whichever one it is. Says, love the content, guys. Been watching since I started fantasy last year. Look forward to another great season. Yeah, we were just meeting with our editors, and they're awesome for our videos, and just really excited for this year. And man, I love everybody's content, but I want to stay humble, but I think we have the best produced I want to stay humble,
but fuck everyone else.
No, all I'm saying, I'm just like, from a production perspective, and everyone has great content. Genuinely, there's so many great people in the space, but I would put our production against anybody's.
Yeah, I think that's what sets us apart. We came into the space and we said, what do we have that no one else has? And I think one of the biggest things we both agreed on is that we were both actually creators before we were in this.
Yeah.
Right. I was a graphic designer, editor. We were both extremely creative in whatever field we were doing, and we brought that to fantasy football, which I think is awesome. So, which everyone does good. Everyone has their own ways. There's people love analytics. 100%. People like to showcase that. We love to be very creative in the way we present our stuff, and
a little bit
we
of a
give
balance,
stuff to you.
I'd say.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, guys, appreciate y'all for being here with us. We got a like goal of 100 likes. And if we reach that goal, we will jump into another mock draft. So if you want to jump into a mock draft with us, you want to keep this party rolling, go ahead and hit that like button to show some love. Now, we are going to do a raffle tonight. Not only are we giving away the playbook, as a bunch of running backs I wanted just went off the board, but not only are we giving away the playbook, but we are also going to raffle off the last spot in the follower league. Now that league is in 2 days from now, the Big Apple, and it's the last follower league of the year. It will that you can enter. So anyone who has a 2025 season pass membership with the promo code LAND, you're able to enter this. And I'm telling you right now, because after we raffle off the playbook at the end of the stream, we're going to raffle off the remaining spots, 10 total spots up for grabs for the final real community league of the year, again on August 28th. So if you want to enter that, all you have to do is go to announcements, and I'm going to put that forum, that Google forum link, I'm going to put that here in the announcements tab. Now, if you want to get in on that league and you've been hearing about the season pass, well, you can buy a season pass right now and go ahead and enter. You have the entirety of the stream to enter, so keep that in mind. But that is the last league we're doing this year. All right, the last one available. And again, shout out to everybody who did become season pass members, everybody who became promo code LAND season pass members and annual mother flockers, and this is your last chance to get into one of those community leagues. All right, I took Tootin, then Ayuk, Blue, Loveland, Stevenson, Rashid, and Godwin. Loveland in the 10th is crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised that he went. I mean, that's what Kyle Pitts went at the 10-3. Brian taking in Joko and Kyle. I mean, each their own. I wouldn't have done that, but like I thought.
Yeah,
I was prepared to take a lower.
Pitts. You can't be.
Yeah.
Don't draft Kyle Pitts in the 10th, please.
I was prepared to take one of these lower tight ends, like the Stranges, the Jake Fergusons. But the fact that Loveland falls to me is great.
Am I missing something? Why did I just get Jaden Reed in the 11th?
No idea.
I know we all love Matthew Golden, but I was trying to understand why that was available to me. That's wild. Maybe it's time to buy Jaden Reed.
Could be.
As Woody Marks comes off the board there as well. Then Demario Douglas coming off the board. P-Man, so he says, I'm about to do my first fantasy football season. What is a mock draft? Is it like a practice draft? Exactly. That's exactly right, my friend. First off, welcome to the most fun game you'll ever play in your life. You are now going to be an addict for the next however many years you have here on this earth. So all these people that are in the chat with you, all the people that are subscribed to us, they also have a problem. All right. They have a problem. They can't stop drafting fantasy football teams. They can't stop watching NFL, making trades. So welcome into the best hobby you'll ever have. But mock drafts are very common. Yes, mock drafts are very common. They basically just help you kind of prepare and try different strategies for your fantasy football drafts. And that's what we're doing today. We're practicing for our home leagues. We got both of our home leagues are being drafted this weekend. One of them are super flex. One of them is one quarterback. So that's what we're doing here. Now, you guys can mock draft with us. We had a like goal today of 100 likes. And if we reach that goal, we'll jump straight into another mock draft. A whole new group of people will be able to join us. We're only 24 likes away. So be a friend, smash that like button, help us reach 100. Let's keep the party going. Let's keep mock drafting. I appreciate y'all for being here with us.
Yeah, that's huge love. Huge love. Appreciate you guys.
All right, so after Reed, we had Goff. I don't know if Samuel knows this because I see he's active, but he's on auto pick. So you need to go to queue and turn off your auto pick, my friend. But Woody Marks, Douglas, Mooney, Thornton, Burden, Bateman, Palmer, White, Harris. I took Bateman in a recent league, and I feel like Bateman, and I want to preface before I say this, I feel like Bateman is discount Zay Flowers. I love Zay Flowers. I'm not 100% sure that Zay Flowers in round, 6, is going to give you that big of an advantage over round 11, almost round 12, Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman was a first-round pick at one point. He's a very talented player. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. They signed him to a long-term contract. I just feel like he is turning into one of the better values in drafts this offseason. Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott. Love both of those options. I'll take one of them in the 12th here.
Okay, well, F you. Okay, F you too. Brad Carmel was really hoping for one of those two guys there, but that's okay.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
No, you know what? I'm gonna get an absolute dog right here.
Who is it?
This is your guy. You talk him up all the time.
Kyle Williams. I do love me some Kyle Williams.
Oh, I didn't say Kyle Williams.
Oh, okay.
Okay, maybe I'll just wait. Did Ollie Gordon go off? Oh yeah, he did. You know who I like to take? Okay, we'll take Alec, and then we'll come back and take my quarterback in the late round here.
We need some commands that are... We just need an ask a question command that allows people to see all three of the options on the website.
Yeah, I don't know if it will give all three though, you know?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like you have to give them individually, unfortunately.
All right, A.O. Manor, I see you.
Yeah, I took Alec and Justin Fields. You want rushing upside? Huh?
I like it. I took Justin Fields in the Flock League in the draft yesterday, the real draft yesterday. So
there you go. That's the boy.
You don't have to sell me. Christian Kirk, the grossest pick, but he could be this year's Keenan Allen. That's what I'm saying with Christian Kirk. Disgusting, hard pick to get excited about, but man, he could just be this year's Keenan Allen from last year. Gross, productive slot receiver, cock blocking the other young players. I could see that being the case. Why don't we jump into a flock draft? You guys down for that? Let's jump into a flock draft. So we're going to go to the flock site. We're going to go to draft. I'm going to create a private draft, but we always have these public drafts going where you can mock with our community. So we're going to go ahead and hit private draft. I'll create one. We'll do 30 seconds on the clock, PPR, redraft, full PPR, 2 flex spots. That's perfect. This is mock draft number... Let's see. I'll send this to you so you get in. This is mock draft number... Is this 161,000? I think this is mock draft number 161,000 on the flock side, if I'm reading this correctly.
That's crazy.
But
that's crazy, kid.
If you guys want to join, how can they join this mock draft, Badaki?
Yeah, guys, join our Discord. That link is already in the chat. That link is also in the description. Join our Discord. Go to the mock draft. Go to the Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs, then go to mock draft. Okay, I am going to pick a spot here. I'm going to pick, let's pick 7. Let's pick next to you. And I'm going to send that link to you guys in
send it here.
Discord. Okay.
You got a spot?
Go ahead and send that. Yeah, I got a spot. Go for it.
All right. First come, first serve. Great thing is you can create a free account if you want to do some mock drafts on the flock site. I think it's superior to the sleeper mock draft system. I don't know about you, Badaki, but there were a couple little things we had to figure out because it's such a new product, but I think it's superior to the sleeper app. It gives you a more accurate representation of what your drafts could look like. So if you want to create a free account with the promo code LAND, and then you can mock draft for free, as well as link some of your teams for free. We got 1 spot left, and now it's been officially taken. Same exact settings as the Flock League. Start 8, 1 quarterback, PPR. Appreciate y'all for being here.
Okay.
Yes, Large Turkey, we will be doing start-sit videos. In fact, we just planned some of those out yesterday.
Yeah. We're grinding out here on the back end for you guys, planning out what the season's going to look like. Branding what the season is going to look like essentially as well, and making sure all that stuff that we did last year is to the next level this year.
Yeah.
So definitely stay tuned for that.
Yep. We do have a super message through the Flock site, so let's have a look at that.
Drippy.
Which we will get to some of these super chats on the YouTube side of things as well. But let me make my pick here as Chase, Bijan, Lamb, Gibbs, Jefferson come off the board. So I will take Saquon Barkley. That's fine. I can start with Saquon there. Appreciate everybody dropping a super chat, by the way. We're going to get to those super chats on YouTube. What I will say is two things. Number one, when you donate on YouTube, they take 30% of your donation. So I know you're trying to support us, like these small creators who are growing. It's better if you do it through the Flock site with the promo code LAND. Totally okay no matter what you do. If you don't want to go through it, that's fair enough, but it does benefit us more. And number two, it benefits you more because if you link your team on the Flock site before you submit like a trade question or a start sit, we're able to see your entire league and have so much more context. And then you don't have to wait around for us to answer your question. You automatically get sent a link. I put our YouTube video link in here and it automatically sends you the time code. So definitely check that out. But Drippy123, thank you for the donation here on the Flock site. He says, I have Brees and Hampton, so do I take Ken Walker or DK? This must be a redraft league, I'm assuming. League.
I mean, there's a lot of context there that we need. Is the start 8? Like, how big is the lineup? Is it, you know, how do you feel? I think in a vacuum, I'm taking DK.
Okay.
But I think, once again, context is important. Who's your wide receivers already? What does that look like? Do you need more running backs, or well, obviously you have Brees and DK.
I think the most important context for me is what position is more available on the board at this moment, because I would have Ken Walker and DK in a similar tier. So if you're telling me, hey, running backs are really thin, like if I don't take Ken, it's gonna fall off real fast. Or if you're telling me there's like 6 running backs I like, but, you know, DK is the last receiver I really like, that would be the determining factor for me personally. As Bucky went in the first, hell yeah, Mills, showing some love to Bucky. That's crazy, though. I wouldn't have done that.
I mean, to get Bucky and then Brian Thomas at the 2-3 is pretty awesome, to be fair. So, like...
But I say all that to say, I would probably... he says, I have JK on the bench. I would probably lean Ken Walker if J.K. Dobbins is your next best running back. But I like both of those options. And they're in the same tier. So it depends on what's more available.
Yeah, I understand that. But appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Once again, you can also link your team, by the way. Link your team there. And then we can kind of answer your question a little bit better, but I can put that link in the chat.
Yeah, and what Badaki's saying, what he means there when he says link your team is the My Teams feature on the Flock site. If you have a ESPN Sleeper Yahoo League, you can link your league, and then you can actually see. So, for example, like let me show you the Flock League here. You can see the Flock League. You can see my lineup here at the top, and then you can look at each individual team and where they rank. You can actually, if you're a member, you can change like to my rankings in particular if you want to look at my rankings for your team or for your league. So definitely go check that out. Okay, so after I took Jacobs at the 207, we did have Hampton, London, McConkey, Brown, Kyron, and Bowers falls to the 3rd, which is crazy. Shout out to Jay Machado here on YouTube, says you're not moving Najee Harris up off the pup list. I would be genuinely shocked if Najee is a really important part of this offense to begin the year. Najee Harris, as far as like being, it's not that dissimilar to Judkins. Now, as far as like availability, obviously he'll be available. That's different. He's been in the building. That's different. But in the sense of he hasn't practiced, he's not taken a single rep yet with this team. Yeah. He's not been a part of the game plan, the install, one single time so far. So I would still be, as I get JS in here in the 3rd, that's beautiful. I would still be very hesitant on Najee Harris. If I go and I look at my rankings, I think I could probably move him up with that report a little bit. But let's have a look. Where do we have Najee here? We have Najee as RB51. So I probably should move Tajay down. Outside of that, I would still put Najee in the Ollie Gordon, Rashad White range. Yeah. You know, I don't want to take him over any of those names.
I think in terms of like maybe what you're really asking is like, is he somebody worth like drafting or rostering, or you believe he's going to take opportunity away from Omarion Hampton? I think the short answer is no. Now, if he comes out week 1 and we're seeing the splits and it's 50-50, are we surprised? Am I surprised about that? Specifically me? No, because I kind of expect Omarion to grow from there. If Omarion starts off with 50% of the workload in week 1, that's incredible because that means it's only going to grow bigger and higher as the season goes on. So like if you're
That
expecting
is
Najee to already have it, then that's where I'm at.
that's a really good point because Najee was supposed to be the guy that kind of held up Omarion from just taking the job at some point, and now he's not even, gonna start off as a player. But
Yeah.
another super chat here just from Mr. Filthy Wubs. I appreciate that, man. He says been a follower on the Flock League, just subbed here. I appreciate you for being.
Hey, we
with us,
appreciate you, man. Thank you.
So what did everybody think of the trade today? What did you guys think? This is the trade I made today. I got Jameson Williams and Tony Pollard. In fact, we actually made that trade before I got in the plane back from Austin.
Feels like a week ago now.
I know. And I sent away Roma Dunze, who I loved. That was tough to do. And Isaiah Pacheco, who I also love. But I had to get my guy Jameson Williams. So we got the Jameson side of that. I'm very happy with it. If I had to go back and do it again, I would. Especially now with Tajay going on the IR. I didn't expect him to go on the IR. I thought he missed like the first couple games.
Well, that's kind of what I think everyone thought, but I guess we're gonna find out. I mean, I think that offense is gonna be better than expected. I mean, I know Cam's been going against second string, third strings, but like he's been sitting in the pocket. He looks really confident. And if that just somehow translates even like 30% into the season, then we can see a little bit higher of a upside for Tony Pollard. It could be great value right now. So
yeah, because originally it was like I'm taking the loss because I went from Pacheco to Pollard, but
yeah,
with this news, I really like. If you look at my rankings now, I've got Pacheco and Pollard back to back. I prefer Pacheco now. Still hasn't changed, but they're back to back, and that wasn't the case when I made the trade. So. But anything can happen. So many things can change here. As you go Sutton there. I was hoping you were going to make my life easier. Now I have to decide between T-Mac, Ken Walker. I want you to take one of those names. I'll take T-Mac here, though. Shout out to Teriyaki McMillan himself. Tortilla McMillan. We love this kid. Always say his name right.
Always say it right, huh?
We just keep saying his name correctly. Tendonitis McMillan, someone just said. But appreciate y'all for being here. Joshua says, I'm just happy that my team's quarterback is thought about for playing football now and not putting mayonnaise in his coffee. The Will Levis experiment would have been, what a roller coaster that would have been for the Titans. I think
Titans fans, yeah.
The most recent comparison would have been Carson Wentz with the Colts as far as just chaos on every single play.
I feel like that was Daniel Jones for a minute as Giants fan, but yeah, like that is
fair.
That is definitely the whole mayonnaise. But look, there's a lot to look forward to, with Cam Ward, which is exciting for you guys. So
yeah,
I like the way he's been operating in preseason. So I think that's given me a lot more confidence in him going in. Now, am I drafting him? No, but like I'm really confident in the Calvins. I'm getting more confidence in the Tony Pollards of the world, which is exciting. If only Treylon Burks could have stayed healthy, huh?
Yeah, we'll never know.
Imagine.
We'll never really know. Mills says the bots on the Flock mocks are pretty awesome, but I have noticed the quarterbacks fall way further even in real drafts. That's probably because that's how we draft. You'll notice, like, that's how all the creators typically draft. If they don't get a guy early, they typically wait pretty late. You'll see that in the Flock League too. But
before it was opposite. Before they were taking like 2 or 3 quarterbacks because quarterbacks were falling in with the bots. But now it's vice versa. Now they fall too late. So
yeah,
I find that hilarious. But yes.
Yes. So after I took McMillan, we had Walker, McLaurin, Brees, Tyreek, Smith, Hunter, Connor, and Worthy all coming off the board there. I was thinking maybe Jameson was going to fall, but it was all a dream. It was never reality. It was never going to happen,
Never.
and I should have realized it.
Shan't be long. DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Imagine. I know you're gonna take here. Let's see.
I have a feeling if I don't go RJ here, I'm going to
Okay.
really not like the wide receivers or the running backs at the 607. So that's what I'm going to do.
I'll take George Pickens, then I'll pivot.
Toofy says, traded Pittman, Shakir, Rasheed for Terry. Win or loss? Pittman, Shakir, Rasheed for Terry. That depends on how long Rice is suspended.
Yeah, I think that is a big what if there now.
If Rice
If
is only
Rice-
suspended 3 games, you lost the trade.
Yeah, because I still want Rice, and Shakira is a huge addition to that, at least in my eyes. But if Rice suspended 6 to 8 games, Terry feels like the easiest upgrade there.
Yeah, that's a nice trade if the suspension goes sideways.
Yeah, so
But yeah. Again, though, Toofy, if you had submitted that question through the Flock site, we would have been able to see your entire league if you had a linked team here. So we would have been able to have a little bit more context and look through your league and said, okay, here's what the league looks like. Here's what the running backs and wide receivers look like. So definitely, if you guys got questions, make sure you put them through the Flock site. Just better for you, better for us. After I went Harvey, Pickens, Swift, Rice, Egbuka in the 5th. We've got Egbuka in the 5th, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill.
yeah, that's
Waddle
wow.
at the 5'11", then Pacheco, Pollard, and Burrow. Earlier we were talking about Pacheco and Pollard. And Sparrow said, you know what? ¿Por qué los dos?
Candelas does. Wow, I could be getting some crazy people on the comeback here. Let's see. Shout out to Kim K.
That's right. What's up, Scribbles? Welcome in. As
Let's go, baby.
a Dunze off the board.
Yeah, wow, okay. Those are 2 guys. I was like Roman, DJ Moore in the 6th there. I was getting
You like DJ Moore in the 6th?
I like him in the 6th. You like him in the 6th?
I love it in the 6th. Late 6th.
You like the
round.
6th?
The very end of the 6th round? Sheesh. That'd be awesome. Okay, so after the Bears receivers come off the board, there goes Sam Laporta. And now Badaki, you've got a decision here. One single running back through 5 rounds.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna continue to push it here. I'm gonna take Ricky.
I hate that. I hate everything that just was. But we're on the board here. Expert consensus says Zay Flowers. That's crazy. Someone must be so high on Zay Flowers because I am so low on him.
I think that's Bush. I can actually pull that up right now. Give me a second.
We'll grab Calvin.
Bush loves Zay Flowers. I mean, to be fair, he did trade for him in the Flock League at the meetup.
Yeah,
so he really likes Zay Flowers here. And as I'm pulling this up, he currently has Zay Flowers as his wide receiver 25.
Okay.
So I guess that's not bad. I don't know
crazy,
where
yeah.
you have him. Yeah.
I don't want you to tell people how low I have them. They don't want them to have to find that information.
I mean, we're about to find out right now. Zay Flowers for the Zach Savage is wide receiver 38. He has him 10 spots low, more than 10 spots lower.
But
than
context is important though, because he's in a tier. Okay, I always harp on my tiers, how I value them all in a similar light. Okay, and he can be as high. Let's just keep this in mind. Okay, he can be as high in that tier as wide receiver 35, I guess. So maybe that's still pretty harsh. But yeah, I'm not taking Zay over any of the Egbukas, Rice, Waddles, Adunze, Pearsalls, Olaves. I'm just not doing it. Okay, we did have a super message through the Flock site, but Drippy, you might have misunderstood what we were saying because all you did was send a super message. The super message is exactly like it is on YouTube, where all you're doing is sending text to us, right? What I would suggest from you is to go to My Teams and make sure you have a team linked, okay? So, for example, the Flock League. Now that I have that linked, I can click Trade Question, okay? And because I have the Flock League linked, it'll automatically set up the settings for me. And then all you got to do is choose the players that are being traded and then hit next. You'll see Zach and Badaki here. right? That's us right there. So what I'm going to do for you, my friend, is I'm actually going to give you a free trade question voucher because I can't see any extra context here, right? So when you guys look at the Flock site, just so we're all on the same page, team review, that's if you want to get like a playbook from us. You want to get a customized playbook, full on review of your fantasy football team in depth, that's where you would get that. You want to ask a trade question? That's the trade question button. The start sit button and the super message is exactly like YouTube, okay? So I went ahead and sent you a free voucher so you can submit that. But after Ridley, we had Flowers, Olave, Mayfield, Golden, Monty, Mahomes, and then Tyrone Tracy. Is he keeps going in the 7th. Are people confident taking Tyrone in the 7th, or am I overthinking?
I would be confident.
Feels too high.
I would be confident. I mean, maybe the end of the 7th
over Aaron Jones and Caleb.
Yeah, exactly. Over the players that are available. I would agree. But like at the end of the 7th, I'm happy to take him because he's kind of in that tier for me after Caleb and Aaron Jones. And I guess you throw JC, big old Bill Nye in that play.
Bill.
Yeah. I decided to put Bill Nye the Science Guy on like his images for the start sits. It's just gonna be a thing now. It's just gonna be that.
So one thing that we should talk about is Andy Holloway from the Footballers. He tweeted out about Bill. I think he said something like, Bill drove his mom from the hospital home when he was born or something. Everybody's like making up these stories about like his legacy, which is hilarious. Yeah. But he actually quote tweeted it and said that it was true, which was hilarious. I'll take Caleb here in the 7th. And it just like blew up, and then he deleted the tweet. I think he was worried that maybe he might have the wrong attention on him as a rookie. But anyway, I found that hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, so I took Caleb there in the 7th. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. I wanted to answer this question from Nicholas. He says, do you ever enter daily fantasy football tournaments? Have you ever won big prizes? Yes, we do DFS over here. Now, if you don't know, this is actually a great segue. A brand new contest on the FastDraft app. Brand new contest. It just launched yesterday. And let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. It's already 18% full. It's 18% full, and it just drafted yesterday. Now, the way the Quick 6 Super Slam works, it's incredibly simple, okay? All you have to do is select 6 players. Could be running back, wide receiver, tight end, no quarterbacks, okay? All you do is select 6 players, and based off of their matchup, that is the lineup that you're submitting. So we can submit one together right now, and then whoever has the most points wins. You'll see boosters on the left side of your screen. So, for example, if I wanted to roster, let's say Chase Brown versus Cleveland. If I just feel obsessed with that matchup, that can be my 2-time booster. I can put all 6 running backs. I can put all 6 wide receivers. The point is that is one of the 2 contests that we're going to be participating in daily ourselves. So if you have never downloaded the FastDraft app or played it, they also have best ball tournaments with the Rabbit tournament that they've got. But I would highly suggest to download the app. Use the promo code LAND. We're going to match your deposit up to $50. That is actually 10 free Flex 4 tournaments or 5 free Quick 6 entries. When you finish your first contest, you'll get my rookie report and my cheat sheet. And by the way, we're going to start giving out our weekly rankings as well to anybody who downloads the FastDraft app. So as we're heading into week 1, you're also going to have my weekly rankings. But let's just put a little slate together here right now. Chase Brown at Cleveland. Badaki, what running back do you like in week 1? I'm going to say Bucky Irving versus Atlanta, maybe. I don't know. What you think?
I like Tyrone Tracy. Nah, jokes.
Well, the thing with this tournament is you kind of have to get unique. Because
that's what I'm saying.
There will be players that just blow up based off of matchups, and if everyone has the same lineup, you're gonna find it hard to win big. So,
oh my gosh, I'll take Jordan Mason here.
What is a player that you really love week 1?
Look, the player that I really like week 1 is a name like, it's a little bit risky, but like a Travion Henderson, because he's going against the Raiders. I also really like a name.
So risky to trust a rookie week 1.
It is. Kyron Williams against the Texans. I like as well.
I like that one. Let's go. Okay, I'll trust you there. We'll go Kyron. If I can find.
But that's
them.
what I'd rather have, like, in my
Yeah.
perspective, the way I've been thinking about this, I would rather have one like superstar running back and then one like, all right, we're just gonna go
Yeah.
hella far left
Exactly.
running back. You know?
Exactly. Like at wide receiver, I've put Neighbors in a couple lineups. I put Jameson in a couple lineups, but like for example, like a Terry and a T Higgins. Like T Higgins, we know T Higgins can go off at any week. He can put up 40 points. Now, what I'll probably do is, based off that ideology, I'll put T Higgins as like my 1.75 boosted player. I don't imagine I ever select a tight end in this contest. Like I did Brock Bowers for fun once, but I don't imagine I'm ever going to trust a tight end over these other names. So let's also go ahead and add like a Mike Evans in week 1.
Like, I'm also happy to
Ibuka.
have fun. That's what I'm saying. I like to have fun with Mbuka as well because of the matchup. Because Godwin is not going to be there. Because McMillan's not going to be there. Right? Like that's my mindset has been. So
Jonathan Taylor versus Miami could be nasty. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go ahead and submit this lineup. All right, so Chase at Cleveland, Higgins at Cleveland. So 2 Bengals here to start. This is if the Bengals put up 50 points, I'm winning this contest week 1. Then Kyron Terry, Mike Evans, and Jonathan Taylor. The good thing is when I submit this lineup, it also shows you like the most popular players because you really don't want to have too many submissions with the names at the top of that list. But what's great is you can adjust your lineup at any point. So if I heard some news about Chase Brown, I could move him all the way down to my number 1. You can't change the player, I don't think, but you can adjust the boosters as you go. So definitely, if you guys have never played on FastDraft before, they also have the Rabbit tournament. So if you go to the DFS section, but the best ball section, they've got the Rabbit, they've got the Flex 4, a lot of great contests over there. So again, if you've never played before, New York as a state just unlocked recently, but download the FastDraft app, use our promo code.
Gosh, that second Rabbit is
almost
90%. Yeah, that's crazy.
And
that's awesome.
We're going to get you our rookie report and our cheat sheet once you finish your first contest over there. So definitely check that out, and we'll put a link in the comments for you there with Nightbot. But let's jump back to this mock draft, shall we?
We shall.
All right, so I've got so far Caleb Johnson, Bigsby Eckler, along with Saquon Jacobs, Harvey. We're going horde on the running backs in this mock. And by the way, I did just notice that Mason is here with us. He says, Caleb over JCM? Yeah, Chief, you may need to fix that. Yeah, the funny part about Mason and having JCM, by the way, I obviously regret not making the pick. Great pick by him. Is he's trying to sell him to everybody.
He's just trying to sell.
Like just keep him on your team. All right, take the win. But I appreciate you for being here, man.
Oh, big old Mason.
So yes, being in Australia is crazy for NFL football. We wake up at 3 a.m. when the first Sunday slate of games starts. So
that's correct.
It's
every Monday, technically for us. It's Monday morning, 3 a.m. Zach and I are up watching every single game until Sunday night, until the game stops, and then we are creating content for you.
Yeah, it's chaos
throughout the day while you're sleeping. So when you wake up, there's videos scheduled for you. So our Monday, as much as we love to do this, it is extremely exhausting. But like it's a weird feeling. It's like you get so pumped to watch,
and then it's like, oh shit, we have to do so much work as well.
And then it's like instant crash.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I am completely dead from today.
All right, we got a couple trade questions on the Flock site. Just want to quickly answer Ramen God here, who said passing touchdowns equals 10, receiving touchdowns equals 11, rushing equals 8.5, start 8 10-man superflex. So here's the problem with this format, because quarterbacks are already overpowered in a superflex league. They already score the most points of any position, and now you get to start them twice. But you're telling me in your league they're even more overpowered because they get 10 points per touchdown. There is a incredible imbalance in this league, to be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, I would probably take 2 quarterbacks in the first round. I would get elite quarterbacks. If passing touchdowns are worth 10, Burrow's a top 6 pick.
Yeah. 100%.
Baker Mayfield's a second round pick.
I think I'm just going quarterback and wide receivers, and then just like
Yeah.
getting those low end running backs, hoping that they're going to hit, right? Because man, 11 receiving yards for a touchdown, that's kind of crazy.
If you get the second pick, he said, then I would just go like a Lamar or a Josh Allen. And in the second round, you know, like a Bo Nix would be great. A Baker Mayfield would be great. But I would say running back I would prioritize the least, because that's what your scoring settings prioritize the least. You know, like your scoring settings prioritize running backs the least. So should you. That would be my opinion there. All right, I'm up on the clock here. We will grab a little Luther Burden action here in the 10th round. Appreciate the donation there. Let's jump to the Flock Fantasy site with the promo code LAND. You can create an account, pop some questions into us. And the best part is, if you buy a 2025 season pass, not only will you get unlimited access to the site for the entire year, but you get a couple vouchers for free that you can jump on the stream and ask us questions as well. Okay, so Drippy here. I think we finally got there. Hell yeah, Drippy. It's a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 8.
Hell
and
yeah.
This is the trade where he's sending away Shakir, Rice, Pittman for McLaurin. Now, a start 8 is a relatively tame lineup. It's not too hard to fill. But a 10 team, that's a small league. So we really want the premium players. Let's have a look at his team. I think he has synced his team up. So
yeah, so I think his team is I'm on vacation.
Yep.
Rasheed Rice, Shakira, Michael Pittman for Terry. So if you were to give that up, your starting wide receivers would be George Pickens, Terry, Debo. So you would have 2 Washingtons and Reed. Yeah.
And Downs is on the waiver wire. This is an easy yes. My friend, I would love to review this team. We can't.
JCM is on there as well.
Take Terry straight away. I'm begging you, take Terry. And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to the waiver wire. This is why you got to submit your questions to the site, guys. This is so much better. But the next thing you're going to do is pick up Josh Downs for free, because you're using Michael Pittman in a trade and Josh Downs is on the waiver wire. So you pick up Josh Downs for free.
Well, he's saying that's the wrong way. He said his team is John Marley and me.
But isn't he getting... I thought he's sending Pittman Reed.
Yeah, okay, so clarify this for us. Are you receiving Terry, or are you sending the 3 players?
Because the way you've submitted this is that you're receiving Terry McLaurin.
You're receiving Terry, yeah. So you might have submitted it the opposite, which is fine.
He says I'm receiving Terry. Then I am as confused as I could possibly be now.
Wait, if you're receiving Terry, then Terry...
Did you already make the trade?
Because the trade already happened.
Okay, the trade already happened. I apologize. Well, I love the deal. That's what I'll say. Sorry, I love the deal. Please drop Amari Cooper yesterday and pick up Josh Downs. Please add JCM for the love of God, and drop Darnell Mooney. So, my goodness. Please pick up JCM. Please drop Cooper and Mooney, and then pick up Josh Downs. My
Trey
goodness.
Benson's also there.
I know, this is wild. I'd love to review this team, but yeah, that's our answer there. Great job on this trade. You killed it, Drippy. Come back whenever you want. We'd be happy to help.
Oh yeah, that's love. Thank you so much. Well, that's how easy it is to link your team there. And once again, as you get close to the season, or you get your teams, we can kind of look at your team and say, hey, I don't know if you should do this trade. This is what your depth looks like. We might not do it. And then we can obviously help you with that starting lineup as well every single week.
Yeah,
okay.
No worries. Thank you, Toofy. I like, that is always a fun moment where you're like, I can help you so much right now. You know, when you realize you see a team and you're like, I can help you so quickly. So we do not have a quarterback yet, and we're going to draft Justin Fields here in the 11th. Another question on the site from Mr. Filthy Wubs. Now, you have submitted this. Okay, so the question is, my tight is my weak spot. Who could I bundle Kincaid with? So let's have a look at his team here. Okay, so his team has Kincaid and Henry. Oh my God. Jaden Higgins is on the waiver wire.
Mr. Filthy Wubs.
Brother, drop Hunter Henry and pick up Jaden Higgins for the love of God. Braylon Allen's on the waiver wire. Drop Chris Rodriguez, pick up Braylon Allen. We can save lives today, Badaki. I love Chris Rodriguez. Drop him. Pick up Braylon Allen or Ollie Gordon, please.
I would imagine you should have a spot open because you have Ayuk there.
Yeah.
Meaning that he might be, if you have an IR spot, right? So
he may have already filled it, but drop Hunter Henry, pick up Jaden Higgins, and then brother, just pick up Brenton Strange. Don't worry about making a trade right now. Wait for things to happen because you've got plenty of names on the waiver wire like Strange, Taylor Ferguson, Jonnu Smith. All these guys, Pat Fryermuth, all these guys could end up being waiver wire pickups anyway. So don't freak out before week 1 and trade. You've got a great team here. Don't trade this team to go figure out the tight end spot. You've got plenty of time to figure that out. And over the course of the next couple weeks, as we build a great team, you can figure out a tight end trade should you still want to do that. But I would drop Hunter Henry. I would pick up Brenton Strange, see what he can do in week 1, drop him if he's nothing. I would drop Rodriguez. I would pick up Braylon. I would find a way to pick up Jaden Higgins maybe if you can. So my advice to you is don't make a trade right now. Your waiver wire is plenty stacked to wait and see if you can pick a tight end off the waiver wire. Is that okay? I think that's the best advice. I truly do. What I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you a start sit question though, because I want you to get value, and I feel like we did get value there, but come back. We'll help you set your lineup for week 1 whenever you want. All right, after I took Fields, we had Kelsey, Stevenson, Ford, Thornton, Keenan, Kraft, Kyle, Williams, and DJ Giddens. You took, or that wasn't you. This guy's name is Danbin. I thought that's you, but Bateman went in the 11th. I like it. You took Kelsey in the 11th. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, I normally don't go for Kelsey, but the fact that he fell to the 11th, I thought was pretty special,
Yeah.
Why not?
By the way, does Travis Kelsey getting married, change anything for you? Does he and Taylor tying the knot and getting engaged, does that change anything? Like, are we moving him up or down our rankings? We haven't asked this question yet.
I mean, I personally don't see why.
Well, it was more of a joke, but
that wasn't the vibe I was getting there. But sure.
It's like, okay, he's not running with the joke here, but maybe
the tone was a little bit off. No,
well, I'm surprised you've been around Australians. I thought you could pick it up.
Yeah, I went back to America for 3 weeks, and I went back to my old ways.
Yeah, America, it'll poison your brain. I'm just kidding, guys. 95% of our audience is American. We love America. Let me be very clear. Okay. We did have a question just come through on YouTube from Tyler. He says, been watching you guys for about 4 years now. Crazy how time flies. Love all the success and growth your channel has received. Wish you guys the best.
Hey, we appreciate you, man.
That's kind.
Awesome.
I appreciate that big time. Yeah, shout out to all the OGs.
Triple OG.
I do remember the days where if we got 500 views on a video, we were like, holy crap. That video just killed. And it's just awesome to see that as you guys have liked the content and we've taken feedback and we've just continued to try and up our game. And it's cool to see more people loving the Fantasyland content. All right, so took Jaden Blue there on the comeback here. Don't have a tight end yet. Is there any tight end of interest? Yeah, I'll take Jake Ferguson here in the 13th.
Oh, wow.
By the way, he said I picked up Downs and JCM off waivers. Thank you. I am so glad.
That's awesome.
I am so glad we were able to help you do that, man. Seriously. Drifted. This is funny. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, that's unreal.
He'll either be distracted or very energized. Someone said, do you think he signs a prenup? I think we should be asking that about her. Because Taylor makes more money than Travis Kelce. I promise you guys that.
That wedding's about to be crazy, dude.
Well, I doubt we'll ever even get to see what it looks like, though.
Oh, no. I mean, the super fans are going to figure it out. I mean,
you think they'll find ways to kind of get in there?
They always find ways. Someone always finds ways of like getting information or like knowing where it's gonna be or what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All this other stuff. But what if you would have told me 10 years ago Travis Kelce was married to Taylor Swift? I would have laughed at your face.
Yeah.
Like, that's hilarious.
Pretty crazy. Not gonna lie. Pretty crazy.
But shout out to Taylor Swift for helping us out.
Yeah. Shout out to Taylor. I mean, Taylor Swift was the only reason my wife has ever purposely brought up football to me. Normally, I'm like, babe, look at this trade I just got done. Babe, you're not going to believe what just happened to my team. Oh, my God, babe. The Commanders, we have sucked for so long, but we actually made it to the NFC Championship this year. Never cared. Just me yapping. But then Taylor Swift. Zach,
Taylor Swift
did you know Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? Incredible.
Oh, gosh. That's crazy.
That is wild.
That's crazy.
Some of y'all need to take a cold shower. Set your mind right. Some of y'all need to set your mind on the things above. I appreciate y'all big time for being here. Hey, if you are just joining, we've got a lot we got to cover today. Obviously, we've been doing some mock drafts, but we also are giving away a team playbook. Team playbook is a customized game plan for your team. It's a playbook, if you will, for your fantasy football team. Now, in order for you to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is like the stream and type playbook into the chat. Those are the two simple ways that you can enter today's giveaway. So definitely do that, because at the end of this mock draft, we are going to give away this playbook. And then we'll probably jump into a playbook, because there's a playbook from Crush here, a redraft playbook from Crush, a team review that we're going to do as well. So
yeah,
if you we've also got a so we just had another team review submitted from AFG. So we've got two team reviews. We've got a super chat from Mac. Rank my team and who do I need from the waiver wire? Mac, what I'm going to do for you again, my friend, is I'm going to send you a free trade. I'm going to send you a free start sit question. First off, if you guys want a team review, the best thing to do is when you go to the advice tab, click team review. Okay. Now, first step is to link your team. So go to the My Teams tab. This is for anyone who wants to ask a question on the site. Create a free account with the promo code LAND, or you can become a season pass member, annual other flock member, whatever the case may be, right? Well, you go to the My Teams tab, then you click on manage, okay, and you can add Sleeper, ESPN, or Yahoo and link your team. Then what will happen is you can go and you can ask a start sit question, get a team review, a trade question, and your team will automatically be linked and the settings will automatically come up. That is how we get access to your league. But when you choose the super message option, the super message option does not give us the opportunity to have more context. It's basically like sending a super message on YouTube. So I did just send you that voucher, and we can get more context of your team here in a second. But yeah, let me know if that makes sense, my friend. You can come back on the stream here, and we'd be more than happy to help. Okay, that mock draft is over, and I got the 7th rated team according to experts. According to my rankings, we've got the 3rd best team. Shout out to JMO, number 1 in my rankings. Why did that happen? Well, he's got... I'm big on Hunter. Bowers is a name we love. Jamar Chase. It's so... When you have Jamar Chase, and it's hard not to love that team. All right. How many entries do we have for today's giveaway? We've got 34. That's crazy. Okay, I thought it would be way higher. This is your last chance to enter the giveaway. Last chance to enter the giveaway. Type playbook into the chat and like the stream. Lou says Zach should gift Nathan his draft guide and unlimited start sit questions. Well, we just got a $50 dono there from Tyler. That's crazy. Appreciate you, Tyler.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks so much for the love, man.
That's love.
He says, next question. I drafted at the 109 in a 10-team PPR. I went in on wide receiver early and got Lamb and Neighbors. Snagged McBride, but I got Hampton and Travion Henderson as my starting running backs. How should I feel with these two backs as my starters? Well,
just give yourself a round of applause, brother.
That's a crazy team. It's a 10 team, so it's easier to draft, but still, like, think about this for a second. You've got an elite tight end with McBride. You've got Lamb and Neighbors. Your wide receiver room is ridiculous. And you've got 2 running backs in Hampton and Henderson who could end the year as top 5 guys, like from week 10 onwards or something. So obviously, week 1, Henderson might not be as reliable, but his, as well as Hampton, is a role that's going to grow over time.
Yeah.
So
look, I think the team's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's unreal the way you started. If you told me you had like one of those low tier running backs that were like one of those veteran, like a Jordan Mason, Charbonnet, Travis Etienne, some of these guys are going to help you, I guess, in their role as these guys progress throughout the season. That's even better, right? Because you have to always remember most of these guys are going to have slower starts. But if you had, like I said, Jordan Mason, Zach Charbonnet, Austin Eckler, for example, is a good example of guys that could help your team and take it to the next level. So that's a great team. And another thing is we really appreciate that donation. Thank you for it. Honestly, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. We appreciate the donation so much. What I wish is, because like a $50 donation is crazy, but just being honest, if you had submitted that through the Flock site, you could have just gotten a full-on team review. You could have gotten your own playbook on the Flock site, right? So just for next time, anytime you want advice, you're going to get more value out of it. Like, I wish I could give you more value here, but because that's such a generous donation.
Maybe we should just turn it off. No.
But I just want to say thank you for that donation, and you've got a great team. You should feel great about that running back room. It will progress over time, and I think the rest of your room is really going to carry you, right? So yeah, appreciate the donation. Next time, make sure you submit that through the Flock site with the promo code LAND. You can get like a team review, trade question, whatever here, and then we're going to give you so much more value for your buck. I mean, we could have given you a team playbook for that kind of donation, right? So, or close to it. So appreciate you so much, Tyler. That's very, very kind. I love the team. I don't think you could have had a better start to your draft. He said his quarterback is Baker Mayfield. Yeah, that's nasty. Like Baker, Travion, Hampton, Lamb, Neighbors, and then flexing. That's just insane. So congratulations, man. That's nasty. All right, let's do this giveaway, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so 43 of you guys entered the giveaway. Let's see if Nightbot's going to cooperate with us. So 43 of you entered the giveaway, and 43 of you have a chance to win the playbook. Okay, so here we go. Whoever this wheel spins on is going to be the winner of today's giveaway for the playbook, and then you're just going to have to DM us on Discord, and we'll hook you up. Here we go. Spinning in 3, 2, 1. The winner of the playbook giveaway today is officially so close. It is going to XX Chuck Kun XX.
Chuck what?
Kun.
One more time?
Kun.
Okay.
Shout out to Chuck Kun.
Safe. He's safe there.
Message us on Discord. That's my username there. That's Badaki's. That's you, Chuck. So
hey,
Chuck,
Chucky,
message us on Discord. Send us a screenshot of your YouTube account, and we're gonna make sure and hook you up on the Flock site. You are our official winner for a team playbook today. Now, I'm gonna get to the super chat on YouTube here in a second, but someone asked what exactly is the playbook. Okay. So this is what the playbook looks like on our Dynasty channel. So you guys get a kind of like more in-depth look of what it looks like on your phone. But when you get the playbook, it's basically like a customized review for your specific fantasy football team. It is absolutely stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. But on the Redraft version, it's customized for the phone. So that is what the playbook looks like. Basically what happens is, and we're going to do some of them today, so you're going to be able to see this in real action. For example, Crush has a team review with us, okay? So we're going to do some of these playbooks today. But basically what it is it's a customized review of your fantasy football team. We'll hang around at the end of the stream. We're going to do some team playbooks. What happens is we review your team live on the stream, okay? We have a look at your roster, what waivers you could pick up, trade suggestions, and then when we finish your team review, you get this playbook sent to you on the message tab on the Flock site within 48 to 72 hours. So you get the whole picture. You get the game plan with the playbook. You get the live review. That's what the playbook looks like, okay? Now, if you want access to get your team playbook, here's what I'm going to tell you, all right? So to get a playbook for your team, there's a couple ways you can do it. First way is by using the promo code LAND and becoming an annual Mother Flocker member on the Flock site. That gives you a voucher that you can use at the Flock store. Now, you can also go to the Flock store and get a team review with us. If you're already a member, you can buy one a la carte through the Flock store by clicking team review. Or alternatively, for a lot of you guys out there who are season pass members, you can actually upgrade. So if you're out there and you say, Zach, I'm on the season pass already. Beautiful. All you need to do, my friend, is go to your account, click edit plan, and then select the annual Mother Flocker membership. And once you upgrade, it'll take off the price of the season pass. You'll get the annual membership, get some vouchers, and you'll get the team playbook. So that is another way that you guys can go about getting your team reviewed with us.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Playbook. So shout out to you, Chuck. DM us on Discord, and we're going to hook you up, my friend. I appreciate you so much, my dude.
That's huge. That's huge love. By the way, one thing I wanted to add to that. As you use our promo code LAND, not only do you get everything that we offer, but you also get all the other creators' rankings on there, all the other creators' draft guides on there. But if you use our promo code LAND, you get our specific products and all of our unique things that we give to you. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. All right, we are going to jump into this question from Johnny. He says, do you think it's a fair trade? I get Knicks and Bijan. I lose Jaden Daniels, Cortland Sutton, and Brees. I was also thinking about trading James Conner for K. John. I don't know who K. John is.
Caleb Johnson, maybe. So he says, I get Knicks Tet. So he gets Bo Nix
and
Tet
Bijan.
McMillan and Bijan, and I lose Josh Daniels, Cortland Sutton, and Brees. Jaden Daniels, excuse me.
That is the easiest smash on the Knicks Tet Bijan side I've seen in a long time. And
no question.
I would much prefer James Conner over Caleb Johnson at this point. But
yeah,
easy smash on the Knicks, Tet, and Bijan side of that trade. Very easy smash. All right, let's jump to the Flock site here. Let's answer the start sit from Mac. So Mac asked, in a 1 quarterback, 14 team start 8. And Badaki, can you put a link in the chat for people?
Yeah, start sit, guys.
This
is start sit.
Yeah, put a start sit link in there, and then can you also put an annual Mother Flocker membership link in there where it's just flockfantasy.com/land so people have easy access.
Sure.
Or you know what? Just put the link tree. Just put the link tree.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. I think I have a link tree.
I got it here. So this link tree will pretty much help y'all no matter what you're looking for on the Flock site, whether it's a membership, a question, a playbook, whatever. Okay, so he's starting Bo Nix. Love it. He's starting CMC, Bucky Irving, Sutton, Rice, Ertz. Ertz is not a sexy name, but he is a startable name week 1. He's one of those non-sexy but easy to put in your lineup type of names. He's also starting Egbuka and Hampton. My friend, I do not know how you drafted this team in a 14-team league. I would love this team in the Flock League in a 12-team league.
Look, your running backs have gone in the first or second rounds, specifically in the Flock League.
Yeah.
Right? You saw Armarion go in the second, CMC going at the first top 6 picks, and Bucky go at that 1-2 turn. So you got 3 running backs that we would love to have on our team. Now, the only asterisk here is that if Rashee Rice does get suspended. But you have Cooper Kupp there. So
yeah, and your flex, we're starting Amarion. And like Badaki said, if for whatever reason we do see a suspension for Rashee Rice before the year, it's still up in the air, we would start Cooper Kupp, and that would be the only change. So we'll go Rice to Kupp. You're still starting Ibuka, still starting Hampton. But really, I wonder if you used our rankings or if we helped at all. I hope so, because that's nasty. That's a nasty team. Well done.
I wonder if the start sits are going to say like versus, like Bo Nix versus the Chiefs.
Well, what you have to do is, if you want us to look at multiple options, you have to put when you're doing the question who you're considering. So let's just do a question together so everybody understands. Let's do a start sit, okay? Let me pretend like I'm going to submit a start sit from the Flock League to myself. So what you have to do at quarterback is, if you're locked in, I know that I'm starting Bo Nix in the Flock League. That automatically tells us what team you're in. All right, but that's locked in. So then I come down to the running back, and I know for sure I'm starting Bucky Irving, and I know for sure I'm starting Alvin Kamara. Okay, this is all not a question for me. I know I'm starting Puka Nacua. I know I'm starting Jameson Williams. I know I'm starting Tet McMillan in the flex. Right? Now, what I might need help with, hypothetically, is my tight end spot. Am I starting Jake Ferguson or Brenton Strange? Because those are the two names I'm considering. You see how I push that considering button? Now that will tell us on our end that you're considering these names. At my flex, I'm also considering a Pollard. Let's just say Charbonnet, for example. So when you put locked in, that doesn't give us an option to look at your other options. But if you put considering, that really kind of tells us who all you're considering. And then you go next and you just choose Zach and Badaki there, right? Let's go through and look at a trade question real fast. Let's say, for example, this is a joke right now. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'll be back, okay? Give me a sec.
Let's say I actually traded Puka Nacua for Jefferson with Nathan, which if he wants Puka, I mean, Jefferson has to be involved. There's no other way a trade happens. So let's just say hypothetically that trade happens. Then you choose those two players and you submit it through the site. Let's say you wanted a team review. Well, you click the team review. Very simple. Let's say I wanted the Flock League reviewed. All right. Then I'll choose my team, which is for Black Batman. That's my team. That's great. I choose Zach and Badaki. You're good to go. Now, again, if you're an annual Mother Flocker member, then you will get a free team review voucher that you can get a playbook team review with. So hopefully that all makes sense. Let us know if any of it doesn't. But we've got a team review here with Crush we're going to get to. That trade hasn't happened. Let me be clear. I have not received Jefferson for Puka Nacua. Okay? Just to be very, very clear. But sorry guys. But if Nathan does want Puka Nacua, I'm not giving Puka Nacua up for any other player on his team outside of Justin Jefferson. So, all right, let's get to a team playbook here with Crush. And I'm going to wait. I don't know when Badaki's going to be back. So why don't we wait until Badaki's back, because he's kind of going to help me out with admin stuff. And while we wait on him to be back, I'll answer this super chat from Machado. Mac 12, $100 league also. We drafted 3 weeks ago. Now, what is this in reference to? Let me know what that's in reference to. Wallbang says, if we ask a trade question, does it have to be a specific player we would receive? If we aren't sure who to target in a trade, how will we do that? Well, you know, what someone just did, which is actually a very good idea. Not many people have thought of this yet, but what someone just did is they went to the trade question, okay? And let's say, for example, in the Flock League, let's say I wanted to trade, which I would never do, Jameson Williams. And what you could do hypothetically is just submit this, and you could say in the comments, the comment box, you could say basically, hey, I want to upgrade from Jameson to wide receiver. What are some ideas? So that's how you could submit it in that scenario.
Okay.
Let me know if that makes sense. All right. Machado, let me know what this is in reference to, my friend, because I don't know what that's in reference to. But we've got some team playbooks we're going to do here on the site. Let's jump into those. Badaki?
Yeah, let's do it. Crush, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Long-time supporter, you know the deal. You're going to be reading your playbook here 24 to 48 hours here. We appreciate you. Let's jump straight into it. He says,
just to be clear, our playbook is the same thing as a team review. So when you go through the Flock site, you choose team review, and that's going to get you the playbook as well as the review. So, sorry.
Yeah. This is a 2 quarterback, 12 team start 9. So this is a super flex redraft league start 9. That's our classic meat and potatoes here. And I'll put that in the chat as you guys can see that starting lineup there. He says, just want to know if there's moves I should try to make with this team. Okay, and according to this is a very brand new to us.
I'm guessing his team name is D. Leffler.
Yeah, D. Leffler. So you're currently ranked. Doesn't show the rank anymore, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So bear with us because this is a whole
Currently
new interface, which is
fifth.
awesome, which is amazing what the devs have been doing. But yes, currently ranked 5th out of 12, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look at this. Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy. That's great for a super flex league. At the running back position, Bucky Irving, Alvin Kamara, JCM, and Woody Marks. You can start up to 4 wide receivers in a meat and potato lineup here. We like to prioritize wide receivers in that flex option. So here's your starting 4: Drake London, J-Mo, Travis Chris Olave with Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs on the bench there, but you also have Jake Ferguson. So you definitely went late tight end type of build here, as you can see. Going straight into some admin stuff, some untradables, I would say in a super flex, Jaden Daniels will definitely be one. I would say Jaden Daniels and it probably that's it. I would potentially say a Drake London if we really wanted to, but we don't necessarily have to do that. Stashes, I would say JCM for sure. We want to continue to stash Woody Marks for sure. I would also say, let's say Chris Olave. We want to do at least 4 here. Chris Olave and then Luther Burden here are going to be guys that we're going to be stashing, just holding for the season as it progresses there. At the waiver wire position, some guys that we want to pick up. Let's see. I see a name like, I don't mind picking up Zach Ertz.
Sure.
Personally, just to kind of get some more depth at that tight end position. Another guy I would also say could be like a Demario Douglas. I would also say maybe a Ray Davis or Kyle Manung guy
Cedric
there.
Tillman's
So those
more
are the
interesting
guys.
to me after they released Deontay Johnson. I love this team. Obviously, quarterback 3, we wish we had a better quarterback 3, but I love this team. If you think about the starting lineup, we've got Daniels, Purdy. That's awesome. Bucky, Kamara. It's actually very similar to my team in the Flock League. London, Jameson, Ferguson. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you start 9. So Hunter makes 8. Olave makes 9. You have Judy on your bench. You have Downs on your bench, JCM on your bench. In an ideal world, we have a better quarterback 3, but you can cross that road if you need to, if injuries happen. But love this team. Funnily enough, a lot of these guys are my Flock League. You know, Bucky, Kamara is my RB1, RB2. I've got Jameson. I've got Jake Ferguson. So we're on the same page about these players this year. Overall team grade, I would give this a really solid B+. I can't give you A range simply because you don't have a quarterback 3 and you don't have an elite tight end, right? So I would say B+, Badaki. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, and is there any other admin stuff before we jump into the chalkboard?
No, depth of importance, and there's no one to cut right now in the cut forecast, so we're not going to have anyone there.
But I would say you can put the cut forecast as Woody Marks. Like, I would put it as a 2-week forecast, so hold him for the first 2 weeks, and if we see no signs of life, you can
cut him.
Comfortably cut him.
Sure.
And that cut forecast will be on the playbook, by the way. You'll see it at the bottom left of your screen. So that's what we mean when we say cut forecast. But yeah, so should we go to the chalkboard?
Yeah. Did you say depth importance?
Yeah, I would say 3 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's everything then.
All right. Well, let's jump to the chalkboard here. Now, I would probably say that if you're going to trade anyone, maybe Olave. if you wanted to upgrade tight end, if we could find a tight end strong team that has a wide receiver need, because if you lose Olave, you still have Judy and Downs. So that's pretty great still. Now I wonder if we can identify a wide receiver needy team. So let's try and look at a wide receiver needy team. For example, Living Like Lamar. They could use some help, but they have Kelsey. We're not going to upgrade to Kelsey. Noodle House. Noodle House has Andrews. I don't want to upgrade to Andrews. Let's keep looking here. Kyle Pitts, no thank you. David Njoku. If you could do like an Olave, Reed, Njoku, Ferguson, what would you think about that? Olave plus Jake Ferguson for a Jaden Reed and David Njoku. I think I prefer to just keep Olave if that's the deal. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit shaky, especially with the news coming out that Spencer Rattler is going to be the starter. I mean, that doesn't put much confidence in me, but I guess even more confidence that, you know, Tyler Shook might start later on. So yeah, I think that's a fairly...
Yeah, I don't love this as we're putting it together, so let's try something better. I mean, I don't think you can get Trey McBride. That's probably too unrealistic, but I wonder if, like, a Kittle... The guy who has Kittle also has Warren, so this could be perfect.
Right, okay.
So can we trade Olave... where's our team again? Right below. So can we trade, let's say, like Olave and JCM for Dobbins and Warren, for example? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So let's I don't like this deal as much. So Olave plus JCM for, what did we say? Warren and Dobbins. I like that.
I would also want to kind of mix in Chris Godwin. I don't know how you feel about it. Well, I think he has Mbuka, does he?
No, but you want to do like a Godwin, but I like all his receivers though.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm saying that is because you could potentially squeeze more in the narrative of like, hey, Chris Godwin's going to miss time.
Okay, how about Marks and Tootin swap?
Sure.
Like maybe if you can push it there.
Yeah, that feels a little bit like even. I feel like that's just a wash, but yeah, like.
What if you could add Anthony Richardson for free as like a potential starter later on in the year?
Sure.
This is super flex, by the way, guys. So that might matter at some point. All right. The other idea would be going hard for Kittle. And I guess we could just try Olave and JCM for George Kittle. You know, if the JCM hype's at an all-time high, I would even be willing to do... Yeah, I mean, that's really the starting point there.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit unrealistic, but yeah, like I feel like if you would have to go higher, it would probably have to be like a Travis Hunter.
Keep in mind, I wouldn't send Travis Hunter personally, but keep in mind, JCM's going in like the 5th, 6th, 7th round in a lot of drafts now.
Yeah, I guess George Kittle's going in the 3rd, so I feel like, and Olave is going...
You're basically getting 2 5th or 6th round picks for a 3rd, which I think is in the wheelhouse. I'm not saying it will be accepted, but it's within the wheelhouse.
I think it's definitely an option. I guess in my perspective as you, you know, I feel like if you had to get that deal done, it probably has to be like a Travis Hunter type of deal, or like a Chris Olave and Jerry Jeudy or something. I'm not saying I want to do that, but I feel like that's where that person is going to ask for. Anyways, Chris Olave for TJ, I like a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how we can make this a bigger trade. Like, what if we added a Judy and asked for a Stroud or Fields or something? Because right now Olave is going higher than Hawkinson in most leagues, so I'm wondering if we can do that and like ask for a CJ. If CJ, what about like a Fields? If CJ doesn't work, again, we're just trying to get you in the door here and seeing how we can improve the team. Bowers and Goddard, Laporta. Yeah, so I think those are your main options there. But we've said this to a lot of people who have submitted a team so far. Just know that you don't need to make a move right now. You can wait until the season. I know you're seeing us make trades in the Flock League. For me, I was just getting my guy. I was just getting a guy that I'm riding on this season, and you heard me. And you can make that type of move as well, but you don't have to force any trades either. I like the team a lot, but yeah, man. Appreciate you for being here. You're going to get your playbook within, what, 72 hours?
Yeah, 48 to 72 hours there, but we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the support. On the Flock Fantasy message system, of course, once again, you know that crush, but if you are here with us and you're wanting to get one of these playbooks, you should be receiving that on the Flock Fantasy message system, customized with everything that we drew up for you today within 48 to 72 hours of your team submission here. But yeah, appreciate you guys.
That's right. And we do have another team playbook that we're about to do here, so we're going to get to that. But I think we had another question. Yeah, a trade question from AWOL. So basically they're asking, it's a keeper league. They want to upgrade RB2 with Tyreek Hill. What ideas might we have? So let's have a look real quick. Keeper league. And this is him. He says it's a $100 league. We also drafted 3 weeks ago. Can I get one more clarifying point? Is there any limit on the keepers as far as how long you can keep these players? Now, if he has Tyreek Hill, I also want to bring back the search feature.
Yeah, search feature is not there either. Oh, like for this one, it pops up. I don't know, like for the grid popped up for me. I don't know if you see that, by the way.
Yeah,
like
no, for sure. Yeah. But I just wanted the ability to still search. So yeah, he definitely can lose Tyreek Hill. He doesn't need Tyreek on this team. Obviously, there's no limit on keepers, it sounds like. Oh, is this you, Wallbang? Is this your team, or is this... I thought this was Machado's. This must be yours. Okay. He says everyone kept 2 players other than last year's winners. Okay, so you can keep 2 players. You can keep up to 2 players, and there's no limit on how long you can keep them. Okay. So, Tyreek Hill. Right now, if we're looking at like rankings, Tyreek Hill is probably pretty close in expert consensus. Yeah, like Breece Hall was a name I was going to think of, Walker, Henderson. But in these leagues, people are not really thinking about next year. They're only thinking about this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's possible in your league, but I would just say, like, I would comfortably, and I mean comfortably, I would move Tyreek Hill for any of the following names if you can. You ready for this? So I would move him comfortably for James Cook, not Kamara, but James Cook, Walker, Henderson, Hall, Hubbard, Harvey. That's probably where it stops. Probably Caleb Johnson too, long term. If I can keep guys every year. So again,
long term, I'm kind of okay with that.
That list is Cook, Walker, Henderson, Hall, Hubbard, Harvey, and Johnson. Those are the players that I would be looking to potentially move in a 1-for-1. Now, do any of those guys need receiver? That's the question. We can have a quick look. Dicker Down is a crazy name. And let's see. The Henderson guy could use receiver for sure, but he's weak at running back, so that might not be realistic.
Yeah.
I would do Hubbard too, by the way, if Hubbard would work. Anyway, I can add a running back to Hill and get a higher running back. Yeah, you could potentially do that. Let's say you tacked on like Tyreek and Swift. If you tacked on like Tyreek and Swift, you could probably get into the range of I don't think you can get like Bucky Irving, but shoot for the moon. Like try it. Try a Bucky Irving. Try a Chase Brown.
More like Jonathan Taylor maybe.
Yeah. Hampton would be great in that scenario if you want to package like a 2-for-1. But yeah, those would be the names that we'd be looking for. And just quickly, the I think Caleb Johnson's a very realistic 1-for-1 if you do that, because this guy needs wide receiver help. I think you shoot for James Cook first. He desperately needs wide receiver help. In fact, I would be happy to package like Tyreek and something for James Cook, like Tyreek and a Jalen Warren or something, to get that done. That gives that guy the entire Steelers backfield. RJ Harvey, this guy could use wide receiver help too. So yeah, you have plenty of options there. Start shopping the market, and then if you come up with an idea that you're more solidified on, just come back, and we'd be more than happy to give feedback on that.
Oh yeah, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that.
Let me
that trade question.
Let me go ahead and submit it again. So what will happen is when the Flock site's going to tell you that we answered your question, and it'll send you a time code to exactly this part of the stream, so you can go back and watch it at any point. All right, should we jump to this redraft team playbook?
Yeah.
And again, if anybody wants to get a team playbook, this is what it looks like. We review your team live, and then you get this beautiful graphic to execute game plan. To get your playbook, very simple. The first way to do it is by becoming a promo code LAND annual mother flock. Remember, you'll see that here on your screen in a second. The other option is if you're a season pass member, you can upgrade. Go to my account and you can upgrade to a annual mother flocker membership. You'll get a voucher, and then you can submit it through the site. The other option is if you're already a member of a different promo code and you don't want to create 2 accounts or whatever the case may be, you can just go to the Flock store, choose team review, choose Zach and Badaki, and we'll still get to your team review. Okay. All right. Let's go to Afk Bala.
Afk Bala. Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support here.
This must be Jay Machado.
Maybe. This must be. This is a 1 quarterback, 12 team start 7. Okay, this is...
That team name is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, did you hear what Nick wanted to name his team?
Nick who?
Nick, our editor?
No.
I don't want to say it, but it's like...
You're going to message it to me? That's how bad it is?
I think it's something like this, or...
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And we were like, no.
I'm all for dark humor, so I love it. This is a 1 quarterback, 12 team start 7, but I could put that lineup in the chat. That is a all heavy hitters lineup. We do not care about depth very much in a league like this. Definitely want some elite onesies, and you got that with Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the team.
No doubt about it. Let's have a look at this team. You're currently ranked 1st out of 12 as well. At the quarterback position, Justin Fields is your quarterback. It looks like you went late quarterback strat. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, Travion Henderson, Travis Etienne. That's a crazy running back room. That top 3 is
nasty.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. At your wide receiver positions, Ted, Garrett Wilson, Diggs, Debo, Ayuk, Jack Best with Brock Bowers there. So, look, overall, I think this team is pretty decent. When we go down to do some adamant untradables, guys that we want to keep going into the season and probably for the foreseeable future for the whole season, Jahmyr Gibbs and Brock Bowers, no doubt. Some guys that we want to stash is guys that, like Braylon Allen, we got to wait and see what's going to be happening with his situation, specifically with Breece Hall. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk is going to be somebody you're going to be stashing as well, waiting to see when he's going to be coming back. So 2 guys that I would say we both really like to wait and hope to see what they're going to do. Let's have a look at the waiver wires. A waiver wire guy that you should definitely pick up is Ollie Gordon. Yep. Even though that running back room is phenomenal, I would also say
Jerome for Ollie. I would.
Yeah, I would as well. So we're gonna put Jerome Ford on that cut forecast. Let's see what else at the wide receiver position.
Also, probably prefer to roster Douglas, Coker, or Williams over Besh, even though I love Jack Besh. More of a dynasty play for me.
Yeah, Ollie Gordon. So 2 guys, Ollie Gordon, Demario Douglas, and let's put Jalen Coker there. And then once again, that cut forecast for Jerome Ford is probably just going to be today.
Yeah.
With meaning that you're going to cut him instantly there and get Ollie Gordon, just because you can you can wait and see what's going to happen, or we can trade him on the high because
It's-
people think he's going to be the starting guy.
You could, well, we can potentially try and trade Jerome Ford before we cut him. And I just want to be very clear, like,
Yeah.
in an ideal world, like, I want to keep Jerome, but just think about like the potential outcomes. Just think about the potential outcomes here, right? If Jerome Ford is a starter, he's a starter in a terrible offense, and he's going to split work. If Ollie Gordon has a workload that's 50% with Devon Achane somehow, what if he's the next Raheem Mostert? That is the guy that ends up being a very valuable asset at some point. Now, we can't guarantee that that's going to happen, but you see where I'm coming from? Like, you're kind of at this low of the point of your roster. You're trying to make some of those difficult decisions. Now, I like this roster a lot. I really do. This is so strong. I will probably give this like an A-. Only reason it's not higher is because of Justin Fields, but I think this is a roster that we're going to suggest to hold for the majority, and then in season we can potentially make some moves. But to be able to start Fields, Gibbs, Brown, T-Mac, Wilson, Bowers, that is 6. You only start one more name. So between Henderson, Diggs, Debo, you've got 3 great names. Now we're gonna come up with some ideas here to make some trades. But man, you're stacked. Like I said, A-. Have we done all admin?
Yeah, that's all admin. By the way, your depth of importance is 1 because this is a heavy hitter lineup. And that's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah. By the way, we should be saying that right. I thought importance of depth, right?
Importance of depth, yes.
Or we can just say depth importance because that's what it says. Not depth of importance, but depth importance. Because depth of importance would be like, what's the depth of the importance? Anyway, we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out as we go. I'm gonna fix Badaki's mic here. Don't worry. And that
should be
now.
Gucci.
Let us know if it is. Okay.
Appreciate you guys.
So the first thing that came up to me, Badaki, and again, I'm going to give him a free trade question voucher because I would suggest to probably hold for the majority of the preseason. I think you should roll with this team in season. But one idea I'd like to explore is like an Etienne and Fields. Okay. So can we move Etienne and Fields to a running back needy team? So I'm going to look at the blue here. I'm going to find, this is the worst running back room in the league that has Harvey Swift Benson. Could we move Etienne as well as Fields for a Burrow? That might be asking too much, to be honest. However, if that's not possible, can we add and make this like a 2 for 3 where we also send, let's see, what else could we send?
I'm happy to flip. I mean, my first thought is just flipping the running backs. Like, I'm happy you have Gibbs, Brown. I'm happy to down tier from Henderson to RJ because of how good your depth is type vibe.
Oof, I wouldn't do that personally.
Okay.
But that is an idea Badaki likes. We can write it down. I wouldn't do it personally in a start 7. I would rather just figure out a trade later than miss out on Henderson.
Sure.
But you said Henderson for
like
Harvey.
It would be Henderson, like you said Henderson, and you get Harvey back. You get Joe Burrow and Harvey.
Yeah, I would not do that, but I want to give it as an option because we have different opinions here. Yeah, you could try and move like a Jerome Ford on top of this, like make it a 3. Etienne, Fields, and Jerome Ford, maybe. It's not an ideal, but not an ideal fit, but we're coming up with ideas for you here. Okay, let's keep looking for the worst running back rooms. This guy has Jalen Warren and nothing. This is basically Mason's team, the running back room after the Flock League. It's changed since then. I don't know what the hell he's doing drafting McBride and Kittle in a non-tight end premium. This guy's a clown. Let's try and take advantage of that. He also is rostering Matthew Stafford in a 1 quarterback league. This is the guy to take advantage of.
This is the guy to take advantage.
Unfortunately, he only has Mahomes. I would rather just stick, but would you do like a Mahomes for like Fields and Braylon or something?
For Fields And Braylon for to get
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, just I wish that wasn't Mahomes, but
I mean, I would do that. I think that's a
Braylon
no-brainer.
Allen and Justin Fields for Mahomes, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer personally.
Yeah. Man, I wish that guy had a better quarterback so we could take advantage of him. Lamar Jackson's not going to happen. That's shooting too high. Bo Nix.
Brother
I'd
Bo.
love to send Fields and Etienne for Bo Nix. What do you feel about that? That feels like the most realistic.
Yeah, that definitely does.
You actually might be able to send Etienne straight up for Bo Nix. Like, you might not even need to send Fields in that. But if you do, you could potentially ask for like a 2-for-2 where you also get back a, like, let's do a Toot and Jerome Ford swap or something.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. That's probably my favorite team to figure out a deal with so far. And then, yeah, those are some realistic ideas. But again, I would probably just hold until, like, would you pursue a deal or would you prefer holding? But I would prefer holding.
Look, I would hold. I would hold. I think if I can guarantee a Joe Burrow, I would be okay doing that. The deal that I mentioned or the deal that you mentioned, like, I think the deals that you mentioned with Etienne and Fields are just no-brainers. Like, I'm doing that every single day. And you know, yeah, and Knicks, I'm doing that every single day. Like, I'm totally happy to do that just because the up tier at quarterback is just going to completely change your room, and you're not hurting at wide receiver either, and you're not even giving away your top 3 guys at running back. So I would do that, no doubt. But if you can't, then your best thing is to hold and play the waiver wire, right? If nobody wants to trade some of these guys, some of these matchups in week 1 might be Penix plays the Bucks in week. I think Bryce Young plays the Jags in week 1. So you have both of those guys. You have Trevor Lawrence on the as well. So you might have to start playing the waiver wire if Justin Fields doesn't produce the way he wants. So you have plenty of guys that you can kind of work with as well.
Yes. We appreciate you, my man. You're going to get your playbook here within the next 72 hours. We've got a trade question here on the Flock site, and then we're probably going to end the stream here. But we do need to raffle off spots. Yeah. Remember, we need to raffle off spots for the Big Apple League. So, Dynasty, 2 quarterback, 10 team start 10. They would send away 2 firsts, or a first, a second, and James Cook for Monty and JSN.
That's a lot, I think.
I love JSN, but
I would say, like, why? I'm looking at your team. Why? Like, you're sending James Cook. You have Malik, Brian Thomas, Olave, Devonta Smith, Ayuk, Jordan Addison. I get it. Maybe this is a start 10, actually, so I actually can understand. But your running back room, you have RJ Harvey, James Conner. I feel like you can't do that.
You would, if you made a trade like that, Badaki and I would be like, well, now you need to improve your running back room.
Yeah.
He says
Cook.
Okay.
I received Cook. Okay, yeah. So if
that
you're getting James
sense.
Cook in a first, then 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure, guys, when you submit those trade questions, make sure
on the left side you're getting what you receive, I believe, when you go through the trade.
I feel like maybe it should be color coded or something, like they receive like in red and then I receive in green. I don't know. But
so when you click they receive, that's what you're sending, and when you click I receive, that's what you get. So, but that's okay. You just sent it the opposite, but we're still on board with your side. I like it a lot, even though I'm a big JSN guy. All right, shall we do the giveaway or the raffle for the last league, which is drafting in 2 days?
Yes, I think I might have to go because I have that appointment, like I said. I'm not sure if you'd be all right to rock that solo dolo. But yeah.
All right.
Love you guys. I'll see you guys mañana. Tomorrow we have a real draft.
Yes. That's
okay.
Do we?
Yeah, well, this is the draft that we're about to raffle off.
No, that's in 2 days.
Okay, 2 days. Say less.
But we'll be live still.
Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow. Anyways, hold down. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as Zach's gonna raffle out the leagues. But love.
All right. I'm just making sure that as I enter these usernames, we remove anyone who is entered twice. Their username twice. I just want to make sure everybody gets the same exact opportunity. But if you don't know, we've been running follower leagues this entire off season, and we are about to raffle off the very, very last live land community league, which I'm hyped about. Hopefully you guys are too. So these are anyone who is a season pass member or a promo code land annual mother flocker member. You guys are about to get a spot as we raffle these spots off in the Big Apple League. So we're going to remove all those from the giveaway, and I'm going to take this list from the Google form, and we're going to have to get rid of all the little spaces here, but we're going to do a raffle here. I don't know how many names this is, but quite a few of you have submitted, so shout out to all of y'all. Now, Chef Keith, I think, let me double check. Yes, he's automatically in there. So we have 10 spots. We have 10 spots to give away. This is for the Big Apple League. Okay, you guys ready? So the first spot is going to, and this we're drafting in not tomorrow, but the next night. The first spot is going to Quiz 522, who was actually the first person to sign up for this league back on July 22nd. So shout out to Quiz for getting in early and getting his spot. Sammy Stacks is there. That's actually Sammy from the Flock League, which I love it. Okay, here we go. Spot number 2. Spot number 2 is going to, so close. It's You're What Hurts. You're What Hurts. You are in the league, my friend. Let me go ahead and mark you off as good to go. You're What Hurts is in there. All right, spot number 3. Spot number 3 in the Big Apple League is going to, it's so close. It looks like J Russ 1010. J Russ 1010. And by the way, if you guys don't make it, we're going to have some reserves. And every league so far, a couple reserves have made it. All right, so spinning it a fourth time here for our 4th member. And that 4th member is going to be Matt Moose. I'm probably saying that right, Matt, or wrong, Matt. But you are in there, Matt. Appreciate you big time, my friend. Okay, let's go ahead and raffle off spot number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spot number 5, and it is going to D Tivy. D Tivy. If you're with us, D Tivy, you're in there. All right, spot number 6. Spot number 6 is going to, either way, these are new names. Metro Money 89. Shout out to Metro Money. Okay, but I'm not a rapper. Metro Money is in there, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 spots remaining. 3 spots remaining. 3 spots remaining, and then we'll do reserves too, so don't worry. But it looks like this one is going to Power Branch. Shout out to Power Branch. Trying to find you on the back end here. That's what she said. Here you are. Power Branch. Congratulations. You are in the Big Apple League. And where is your name here so we can remove you? Power Branch. Okay. All right. Next spot is going to, oh my gosh, so close between a couple names. Miked 4429. Miked 4429. Mike, you are in there, my friend. Okay, so let me just count. Is this the last spot? So that's 3, 4, 5. Wait. Right. Yeah. Okay. Let me do the math real fast. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 2 spots left. 2 spots left. All right, 2 spots left. The second to last spot is going to almost Sammy Stacks, which would have been funny. ESRJR2. 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 And one more spot remaining. One more spot remaining. And the last spot in the Big Apple League. Official spot, I will say, because things can change here. Oh my gosh, Nubinator. It was so close between Nubinator and another name. But Nubinator wins the day What I'm going to do is I'm going to raffle off 4 reserve spots in case people are not able to join. Here we go. Reserve number 1. Reserve number 1 is going to... Oh my gosh, I can't tell who that is. That's Bows. All right, Bows. You are reserve number 1, my friend. Reserve number 1, Bows. All right, reserve number 2. Reserve number 2 is going to... A couple of these guys we've already got in leagues. I love you, Drew, but I'm going to give someone else an opportunity here. Let's get someone else in a league that hasn't gotten into a league yet. Same with Peyton. You know what? Let me remove these guys that I know are in leagues. Like JK's in a league, Pistol's in a league, Peyton's in a league, D Bless is in a league. I want to give some of these other guys as much of an opportunity as they can. So Drew Peacock, D Tivy, Crushed. Are you in a league? I don't think you're in one yet. We had Nubinator already submit. ESRJ. I think everybody else has yet to get in one. Take out Mikey 411. Do we? Okay, Mikey 411. I love Sammy, but yeah, we'll leave him in there. Sammy deserves to have fun, even though he's an icon now. Okay. Is that you, D Tivy? Because I remember D Tivy was in the last league, right? So we may be able to give your spot away. All right, reserve number 2. Reserve number 2 is going to go to... it looks like Naldo. You know what? Naldo and Fagoon. These guys also are in one. Sorry, guys. I'm going to give everyone as best a chance as I can. Okay, here we go. Now we're on track. Reserve number 2. Reserve number 2 is Sparrow 86. Sparrow 86 is reserve number 2. All right. Now reserve number 3. Reserve number 3 goes to Lorenzo Ice-T. That's a cool name. I want to be more creative with my usernames. What the hell? All right. Reserve number 3. Reserve number 3 is going to... We've got Steel Mob in a league already as well. Sorry. If I'm taking you out, guys, sorry. I'm just trying to give everyone a fair chance. Tiki Lion. Tiki Lion. Tiki Lion. All right. We'll do a couple more reserves just to make sure everyone gets a chance. Uncle Smoke, someone just said he's in a league. And then I'm pretty sure these guys are in a league too. Okay. 2 more reserves in case we need extra spots here. And one of those reserves is going to go Noxtra. Probably not saying that right. Sorry. Noskra. Okay, Noskra. And last one today. Sorry. Last one. Trey POV. Trey POV. All right, so we've got our reserves, we've got our members, and we'll what I need from you guys now is stay tuned to your Discords. Our Commissioner Rowan is going to reach out to you. Check your Discord friend requests, check your Discord DMs, and more information will be available soon. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me and Badaki. And unless I'm missing anything, that is it for today. Oh, we got a couple trade questions. Sorry. Okay. So actually, a start sit here from Skillsy Millsy. And it looks like Skillsy Millsy, it's a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 7. I would probably start Chuba week 1 over Henderson because we know his role. At wide receiver, wow, this is incredibly difficult. Jeez, I'm just going to say Jameson for now. He's the one I have the most confidence in initially. And then at flex, I'm probably going Pickens. My gosh. You have so many great options. It's between Henderson, Adunze, Egbuka, and Pearsall. You might want to consolidate this roster a bit because you're going to make some difficult decisions week in, week out. But I'm going to say Henderson as our last flex. Make sure you swap Pickens and Jameson because Pickens is playing Thursday night. All right, a trade question here from Manny. And it looks like they are, maybe they're asking what they would trade Xavier Worthy for in a 14-team league. I'm not sure. Is that the question? Let's see. Do we have any context on the back end? Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, let's have a look then. So your team, you currently have Worthy. Oh, man, you really can't lose receiver. You can't afford to lose Worthy and not get a receiver. Yeah. Getting Jaden Daniels in a 14 team will probably really hurt your ability to build out this team. Honestly, if you're going to move Worthy, you need another receiver. And, yeah, guys, Season Pass does not come with a team playbook. Yeah, we've never advertised that, but what we have said on today's stream is if you have the Season Pass, you can go to your account and edit your plan, and you can upgrade to the annual Mother Flocker membership, and it will take off the price of the Season Pass for you to upgrade. But no, we've never said that becoming a Season Pass member gets you the team playbook, right? And you know, even in the ads here, you won't ever see team playbook advertised there. So DM me if you have any questions about that, though, Mills. I'll be happy to answer, and we'll figure that out together. So if you're going to move Worthy, you need a receiver, and really all I would suggest is finding a receiver that you have more confidence in. If you don't have confidence in Worthy, Worthy's probably more of a hold than a sell with the Rice stuff going on. There's a chance he actually improves his value in season if Rashee Rice gets suspended. But if you're going to move Worthy, ideally I would want someone in the range of like a Metcalf, Pickens, Evans. You know, those are some of the options. If you can turn them into a Travis Hunter, a McLaurin, Jameson, those are the names that I would be looking to upgrade to. But alternatively, you could try, because it's such a big league, it's a start 8-2. Alternatively, you could try and go from Worthy to, like, if someone undervalues Pearsall and a player, you know, get a running back upgrade. You know, you could go to a Deebo Samuel plus, like Deebo Samuel plus Josh Downs, Deebo Samuel plus Jerry Jeudy. You know what I mean? So that would be the ideas I would say if you're going to try and move Xavier Worthy. But overall, I would probably say hold. All right. Appreciate you guys big time. Yeah, y'all know. Anybody know Kith out there? Yeah, Kith's my favorite brand, so I'll be wearing it a lot. Y'all know that. No, you're good, Mills. You're good. All right, guys. That's it for today. I appreciate y'all so much for being here with us. And we're going to talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll be live. Get your questions in. Get your team reviews in. Tomorrow we'll go hard on a lot of these start sits, trade questions, team reviews, all that kind of stuff. Mill says I might submit that team for review this week, Monday night, if y'all are streaming. We'll be streaming pretty much constantly. There might be one day per week we're not streaming from week 1 onwards. So, yeah, definitely. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.